Hey everybody, Aaron Blaze here, and it's our first live stream of the year. Man, I'm out of breath. I just got back from lunch with Ronnie Williford literally 2 minutes ago, and then I had to go pee. So I was running to the bathroom and got back just in time for you guys. Here we are. So, what's that? Sweet. Yeah, so it's our first live stream of the year. We're really happy. We had a great holiday. I hope you guys did. Vedanta and I and the kids, we all went down to Key West and spent New Year's down there. We had a great time. Stayed at Margaritaville Resort. Awesome place. And then Dustin's been shooting photos like crazy.
Oh, yeah, I've been having a lot of
fun. Go
over
to his Facebook page. He's got some really incredible stuff. He's been doing some great photos.
Also, check out my Instagram.
Yeah, do that. So there's some really great stuff. Before we get started today, I want to mention a couple of things. First of all, we've got some great sales going on over at Creature Art Teacher. We've got some new courses out over there, so go on over and check it out, creatureartteacher.com. But the biggest thing I want to mention is on Monday. We're doing another live stream on Monday, and this is going to be a special live stream that we're going to be sending you a link to if you can go over to Creature Art Teacher. And we're going to try to raise some money for our friends in Australia. For all the the pain that they're going through with all the fires and everything else. I want to make sure that we can help them out. And we all wonder what we can do when we come into a situation like this. And I'm no different. And so I sat there thinking, what is it that we can do? And I thought, why don't we do a live stream that you don't, you have to donate a little bit of money, $5 to our little fund. And then we'll come over and we're going to do a live stream on Monday on how to draw Australian wildlife. So that's going to be a lot of fun. If you go over to creatureartteacher.com/help, you can get all the information right there. We're going to be donating to Wires, which is a wildlife fund over there, and also to the Australian Red Cross. And so far, it's been selling pretty well. We've raised over $1,500 so far, which is really nice. I'm really happy about that, but I know we can get more. And that's the other thing. 100% of everything we raise is going to relief. We are not keeping a penny. So this is completely all charitable. Every penny that comes to us is going to be going to Australia. When I was a kid, when I was 17, we lost our home to a forest fire, and we had no insurance. And so I was literally... and they wouldn't let us back to, when they called the evacuation, I was at school, and so we were never able to go in and get anything out of our home, so I had no clothes. I lost all my artwork, up until that point. I was 17 years old, and we were literally left homeless. We had no insurance, had very little money, and it was the community that came together and helped us out. They gave us a place to live. They donated clothes for us, a lot of wonderful things. And I feel like this is my chance for us to do the same thing with our Australian friends and help them out. So Monday, 1 o'clock, same time we always do our live streams, 1 o'clock, let's get together and do something good. So go on over to creatureartteacher.com/live, and you can get all the information there. It's a minimum $5. So $5, what's that? It's a Happy Meal at Disney or at McDonald's, right? So
at Disney.
At Disney, right? But it's $5. Or if you want to donate more, you can do that as well. But it's a minimum of $5, and I figure we'll do at least a 2 to 3 hour live stream. So it's going to be worth your while. And like I said, we're going to be doing Australian wildlife. So I've actually got to educate myself over the weekend because I've drawn very little Australian wildlife. So it's going to be good for me as well. So I hope you guys can help us out a little bit. And if you have to work, if you can't be there, this is going to be recorded. So you'll be able, even though if you can't be there, you can get it later and you can still watch it. Okay, so that's really important. I want you to know that. So other than that, we've got Patreon. Dustin here.
Patreon?
Oh, Patreon, yeah. So don't forget Patreon. And that helps us out a lot too. If you can help us out with Patreon over our Aaron Blaze, or it's patreon.com/AaronBlazeArt. Yeah. And that, that every little bit over there, it helps out. And if you are one of the $10 tier donators for that, you'll get a exclusive live stream on that as well. So we're doing lots of live streaming. So if you can help us out over there, that'd be wonderful. That's Patreon. and .com/AaronBlazeArt. But the biggest one, really, for me right now is this the Australian fire relief. So help us out over there. That's the biggest one. But anyway, we've got Dustin here as usual, and then we've got a special guest.
Hi.
Because Nick is at Disney playing today. Nick Birch. Nick's Birch's 40th birthday 2 days ago, and so he's out at Disney with his family. And it was Steve Coleman, our other employee. He's 45 now.
Wow.
Yeah. So now we've got Vedanta filling in for Nick. My lovely girlfriend Vedanta, right here. There she is. Yeah. Say hi.
I just said hello. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
So
Hello.
she's going to be reading questions off of YouTube and Twitch, Twitch, or just YouTube.
Just YouTube.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for those of you today, we're just going to be doing questions off of YouTube and Facebook.
Sorry.
So if you're on another platform and you want to get some questions answered, hop over to either YouTube or Facebook, and you can get your questions answered over there. Only because we only have a couple tabs open. So now that we got all that out of the way, what are we going to do today, Dustin? Or
I
Vedanta?
have no idea.
You have any ideas, Vedanta? Vedanta?
We can
You
either
could always do request day.
Yeah, let's do request day.
That's always
request
fun.
day.
Let's do a request day.
Request day. All right. Everybody request something, and it better not be a moose.
Nolan.
Someone's asking what Vedanta means, of course.
Yeah, well, you got to answer it.
It's the ending point of all the knowledge in the universe. So,
Oh my
there's
gosh,
that.
this sounds important.
Warren says landscape painting.
Landscape? No, man.
Sophia says birds.
Oh, birds sound good.
Neverland from Peter Pan. A firefighter Australian animal.
No, I'm saving the Australian stuff for Monday. So if you want to see Australian stuff, come and
Marsupial?
join us. Come and join us on Monday.
Werewolf.
Chad just put in otters.
Ooh,
Because
otters.
because the otter photos that
Koala
I got the
bear.
other day.
Ooh, I like otter.
And also today.
I like the otter idea.
Moose
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah, I got some beautiful otter photos the other day, and I also got some beautiful the other day. I also got some beautiful otter photos earlier this morning as well.
I'm getting phoenix, griffin, dragon.
Oh, dragon
Alligator.
sounds good. I haven't done a dragon in a while.
A dragon.
It's kind of warm in here.
I always watch it on Facebook. I didn't realize YouTube's got. I mean, the comments are just like nonstop.
Yeah, they're crazy fast.
Insane.
Where'd my fan go?
It's in the corner behind you.
In the corner behind me.
In here.
Oh.
It's already plugged in. It's right there.
Oh.
It was right there.
The whole time.
Birds.
Sorry, it's hot in here. Let's do a dragon. I haven't done a dragon in a while.
Great,
Someone just
great
said.
big dragon.
Someone said cat dragon. Another person said saber-toothed dragon.
Saber-toothed dragon.
I
How
know.
would that
I
work?
don't know.
Is that like a saber-toothed cat with wings? Or is that a dragon but with giant fangs?
I don't know. I just don't know. Whoops.
Don't know.
And also too, I'm starting up Aaron's art tips a little bit more, trying to get a few of those out. And if you go over to my over on YouTube, we just released one on Monday, right?
The what?
Yeah, where I was talking about how to do Chrome. And,
Oh, right.
Yeah, and so we're gonna just did another one that we're gonna put out. Maybe the end of the day today I'll put it out because Monday we're gonna be doing the fire relief.
Right.
But someone had asked me how to do a glowing object. How do you portray a glowing object? And so I did a little lesson on how you light for that. And so that's going to be kind of cool.
Someone requested the dragon from The Witcher.
I'm getting wolf dragon, bear dragon, and frog dragon,
Frog dragon.
which is kind of cool. I kind of thought the frog one would be
Ribbit.
with the skin.
Ribbit.
Ribbit. I am a dragon. Rawr.
Someone said
Goldfish dragon. Lots of fins.
That's
Angelic dragon.
that's the thing. I was inspired by some stuff that I saw recently, and I really wanted to try it out. Maybe just a profile.
A couple people are saying make yourself as a dragon, Aaron.
That would just be a big freaking Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, why do you say that? Speaking of,
you call yourself the king?
We started watching the whole series over, and
we did.
It was awesome and bad in the same.
Yeah,
well, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't find the originals, so all the ones with the new scenes added in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
It just hurts me.
Yeah, all the added visual effects. Didn't they even change it further with the Blu-ray releases? Because the Blu-ray was
I think they did.
Yeah, they released those after the prequels were made, so they made audio changes.
Someone said an albino dragon with blue eyes.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
A what?
A
white dragon.
Yeah, a white dragon. Oh, I like that
green
idea.
or purple eyes or whatever, but a white dragon.
I like the blue because it gives it that ice kind, like an ice dragon, like the ice spitter in How to Train Your Dragon 2. The Irish leprechaun dragon. That would be just a little dwarf dragon going, "You better not be looking for me, Lucky Charms."
I don't know.
That's why if you find it, I'll met you right down into the crock pot. But I'll tell you, Dustin, did you see the new Star Wars movie? And if so, did you like it? I personally have not.
I saw it and I loved it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but just all the things that happened and it just was good. It was so good, and the environment was awesome. Aaron, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I haven't. I think I was right next to you.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying. I'm saying, you want to comment? Or
Yeah,
no?
I thought I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot actually, and I kind of let myself be that. I'm old enough that I was there when the original Star Wars came out. I was 9 years old, and I let myself be that 9-year-old kid again, and it was really, really awesome. You can pick it apart. You can say all kinds of stuff about it, and and it's funny.
Up there with Rogue One. It's up there with my favorite. One of my favorites.
It's funny because we recently started watching. Vedanta was saying we started watching the new one, or all of them, right?
We started watching from number 4.
We watched 4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, 6. Now 1, 2, and we haven't watched 3 yet.
Yeah, and I hadn't watched. The
originals.
Yeah, I hadn't watched
4, 5, and 6.
Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. I hadn't watched those in probably 15 or 20 years, and I just can't believe people are going to hate me for this. How bad they are. They're good. They're good. I mean, don't give me. It's just
dated.
So dated.
When you see this floating styrofoam is in the trash compactor.
Yeah.
It's just all the
it's
sets,
amazing what you can get away with.
Yeah, the sets were so rudimentary, but you know what I mean.
But I like in Return of the Jedi with the pig guards and just how bad those costumes were. It's amazing.
I mean, for the time, they were really cool.
But they're awesome.
I mean, they're still cool.
Yeah, and you just rolled with it.
The Rancor.
They're so good.
In that pit.
I remember, because it wasn't stop motion, it was go motion. It was a thing where they were able to add motion blur. It was such a cutting technology at the time.
Yeah.
And man, it looks so rudimentary now. It's amazing.
The part that really throws me off, that feels even more outdated though, would be the added visual effects after the fact, like the Sarlacc pit.
See, those are what
that part
upset me.
Yeah, where they added the feed me, Seymour, feed me.
Yeah, it's like a Venus flytrap in there.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it looked like. The original movie, I can still see it. That was the first one we saw in the theater when I was a kid. Was Return of the Jedi, number 6, with Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand that George wanted to add these visual effects because he wanted them in the first place, but couldn't because of the technology at the time, but he probably should have waited a couple more years.
Or just redo them again.
Well, but at the time, it was cutting edge. At the time in the 90s, that stuff looked great.
Now you look at it like, oh, God.
It's still a great story, and the story holds up no matter what,
Yeah.
That's what's so great about the Star Wars series. The stories are what I think make them great.
Yeah.
There's always somebody's grandson or daughter, or like, you know.
Yeah. What other questions do we have?
Are you interested in going to Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland? I am, but it's just a bit expensive to get there. What are you guys' thoughts? The new Star Wars section
in California? In Disneyland?
In California, or yeah, I think they just recently opened up the one here in.
Aaron and I were like.
That's the one that's.
Aaron and I were supposed to go yesterday, and we were in doing the track lighting, and then it was just like okay.
Yeah, we just installed all new track lighting here in my office.
Because Nick was there yesterday.
Yeah. We're at Animal Kingdom today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He just turned 40, so happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick, if you're watching.
He's not watching, you kidding me?
He's not watching. That's why I'm here today.
Well, he set up a 2-hour timer when we started the stream so he can check in after that.
Okay.
So I got kind of a dragon bird thing happening I kind of like. What do you think, Dustin? Vedanta?
Yeah, it's
I like it.
Cool.
I like the staggered scale things. So
it's like a snake.
I'm ripping this off. I saw someone modeled this on Facebook the other day, and I really dug it. It was really cool, so I'm just kind of copying them.
What a ripoff!
Is there a TV Paint tutorial on the website? TV Paint?
There's a TV Paint tutorial on my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. And your next course is going to be the Procreate?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I'm really excited about. So we've been getting this request a lot, on doing a like I did for Photoshop. I did a digital painting specializing in Photoshop course, and a lot of people have been asking if we could do one for Procreate, and the answer is yes. We're going to be doing that. So this month, actually, I'm doing some cutting on Snow Bear right now. That's a big one, and but once that's done, I'm jumping over to Procreate, and we're going to be doing a little thing there, a little course on how to paint in Procreate, or my approach to painting in Procreate, because just like Photoshop, there's 1,000 different ways you can use that software. So.
Do you have any recommendations on painting backgrounds?
Yeah, I mean, background painting, it requires all the same thinking as far as value and value structure, color, all that kind of stuff. But you also have to think about the added element, obviously, is characters that will be moving around and using that background as a stage. And that's basically what you need to do, is what you need to think about in that case is think about that background as a stage and how's that composition going to work with whatever character that's going to be moving around on it. And so that's the biggest element. And your value structure has got to support that.
Gabby's on. It says, V, it's so nice to have you back.
Aw, thanks.
Gabster.
It's great to be here. Gabby! And Marshall's awesome. Just talked to him yesterday.
He's doing fantastic.
I gotta get this right. This is all screwy looking. Screwball.
Huh?
These need to overlap on each other. There we go.
Did you know that some shots of the Crystal Fox in Star Wars 8 are done using practical effects?
Yes.
Really? I didn't know that.
I did know that.
I love old school special effects. They had to build stuff.
Yeah. And someone else commented saying that the Lord of the Rings CGI has held up pretty well over the years. I would say they did
it's really held
what
up.
really has held it together has been, I would say, like all the sets that they built, like all the miniatures.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the like structures and everything are not CG; they're actual miniature structures.
Yeah.
I have a technical question, maybe for Dustin, but someone asked a couple times already. How can they look at their Photoshop paintings in one monitor without synchronizing all their monitors? Is that like how you're connecting them?
Yeah, it's probably the way.
Everything's mirrored, probably.
Yeah, You would have to go to your display settings. Just find the settings tab, which should be if you're using a Mac, you should see it under the Apple under Preferences. If you're using a Windows, just click on the Windows and find the gear icon, which is your settings, and just go to your display settings, and you'll find that in the display settings, there's mirror, and then there's extend. And you just extend the view, and it should be able to fix that.
Listen to you, Mr. Techie.
I knew he'd know.
Awfully proud of you.
I'm like, I don't know how to answer that, but I know he would.
Awfully proud of you.
Well, I can't quite remember exactly how it works on Mac. Mac makes it extra complicated.
No, it's super easy. I'll show you. We'll go to System Preferences. We go to Displays, and then right here we've got a whole bunch of stuff, and we go to Arrangement right here.
Well,
and I can hit Mirror Displays, which mirrors everything.
Yeah, it's mirroring.
Just like that.
So all your monitors are the same now.
Yep. Or I can just go not mirror displays.
And then they're all on what you've put them on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just screwed everything up. There we go.
No, you didn't.
Oops.
Looks. No deep thoughts today.
There.
No deep thoughts. No. Dustin, there's a making about the Crystal Fox on YouTube. I'll need to check that out.
Oh,
Okay.
Lisa Schmidt was the one that asked that question, and she said, "Thank you so much." Something simple like that can help someone so much. You know,
yeah.
A little tip.
Yes,
You
indeed.
guys are awesome.
Actually, I think if you're using Windows, the easiest way, that's probably the more, the longer way to do it. You can just simply right-click on the wallpaper or on your desktop, and you'll see display settings right there. I completely forgot about that part.
I have another technical question, kind of. When you're saving your Photoshop, Aaron probably knows this. When you're saving your Photoshop images and you want to upload them to Instagram, are you changing? What are you saving them as, like a JPEG?
I save them as JPEGs. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Dad, can you exit out of the display settings because you have it still up?
Oh, sorry.
Awesome.
Thank you. Hey V, Gabby's asking, any painting lately? You're on a roll.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm trying. I always try to paint and yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I try to paint and I'm not as, I don't know. I just have issues. I got issues with my painting. I feel like I'm in a rut, so I just try to just do as much as I can sometimes, and yeah.
Well, that's always sometimes just cranking. You're getting out of your system, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, 'cause
but then you can sit down and sometimes I just sit down and just scribble, and just do a whole bunch of stuff, and you'll learn stuff along the way that
Yeah,
way
because I'll
too.
do 3 paintings and I don't like any of them.
Yeah.
Like,
But then you'll get that out of your system, and then you sit down and you can focus on something that's going to require a little bit more of your attention.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
It's better.
Yeah, because every few paintings I'll do a nice big one that I really like.
Yeah.
What do you prefer more, Procreate or Photoshop?
I prefer Photoshop only because I'm always on my Cintiq, my big Cintiq, and I'm a lot more familiar with Photoshop than I am with Procreate, and so by me doing this course, it's going to take me out of my comfort zone because I do a lot of stuff on Procreate, but it's minimal, and I'm going to have to branch out a little bit more if I want to teach more. So I'm going to spend quite a bit of time just learning more about the software and putting it to use, and then showing you how I do it, which I think is going to be cool.
What did you eat for breakfast today?
3 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, and 3 slices of tomato.
Someone's asking about maybe doing a TV paint workshop live webinar.
Oh yeah?
If that's something you'd be interested in doing.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah, I might do that at some point.
Like all the basics and stuff. And
Yeah.
Yeah, because we haven't really done any TV paint stuff in a while.
Like that. Gar, 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 gar.
What animal drawing course will be next on your homepage?
Probably, we've been talking about doing birds of prey. I just have to get to it. There's so much stuff I'm trying to get done.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you can add blue cheese somewhere on this picture?
Blue cheese. Is that a Nolan question?
Nope. Bruno DeConnick. DeConnick.
Someone's asking for you to please show more bad drawings as proof that you don't come from Mars.
Oh, no, I don't do, but I've never done bad drawings.
I call bull.
Okay, stick figure man.
We all do bad drawings.
Yeah, of course. I do have someone, it's a pretty long question. Hi, Aaron. Luke, 32 from Manchester, UK.
Hi. Oh, Manchester. We were just in Manchester over the summer.
Manchester.
What do you say about creating a private Facebook group for the subscribers or buyers of your course in order to post progressions, difficulties, discussions? Question mark.
You know, we've had that question before, and Nick and I are all about it. Yeah, we like the idea, and so it's just something we have to do. Well, maybe it's a goal we can set for ourselves in the new year to get something like that done. Because yes, we like that idea.
And also, Patreon could be a platform for that.
It could be, yeah. But I think for subscribers that are on the, on our list now, that are part of our subscribing world, I think that'd be a good platform.
So they can get feedback.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever drawn or painted any horse portraits? If so, could you show it?
Yes, I have, and I don't know.
Search.
I'd have to search right now. Not necessarily portraits, but I've got a whole course on how to draw horses at creatureartteacher.com. Snow Dragon.
Do you think we're going to see more 2D animated movies in the future after the success of Klaus? I
Yes.
really loved that movie.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's the short answer. I'm positive.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
insanely good. And I didn't realize that Sergio and I weren't friends on Facebook, and we just became friends on Facebook today.
Awesome.
Yeah. Coincidentally enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, I know this is a very simple answer to this, but how do you make your brush bigger or smaller on your keyboard?
You hit the right or left brackets.
Right or left brackets?
Yep.
Yeah, which obviously.
Right bracket makes it bigger. Left bracket makes it smaller.
Awesome.
Hi, Aaron. I don't mean
Hi.
to be a downer, but I recently lost my mom over the holidays. I'm having a hard time getting back into my art. Do you have any advice on how to overcome a devastating loss and getting back into your art?
I do. Give it time. It'll happen when you're emotionally ready. Sometimes doing the art itself is therapy, and it helps you. It helps kind of focus your mind. When I lost my wife Karen years and years ago, the last thing I wanted to do was create art, and it took me a while to get back in the saddle. But once I did start to go back and work again, I found that it focused me in a way that when I wasn't doing my art, my mind would kind of run away, and you get really, your emotions can get the best of you. And I found that it was really good therapy for me. And so just give yourself time right now, and let yourself heal, and think about your mom, and remember the great times, and just let nature take it. That's part of our process. It's part of what happens as we grow older, and we lose people close to us, and it's part of our nature is to sit there and mourn, and you have to mourn. And but over eventually, like I said, you'll feel an urge to draw something, and then all of a sudden you're going to find that it helps you focus. And so that's my advice to you.
On a lighter note, I've got a I love the erodible sketching brush that you're always using. Are you able to sell it on your site?
No, this is not the erodible sketching brush. This is my own custom brush that I do sell on my site. It's part of my custom set number 1, and it's the number 7 brush, the pastel brush within that set. And actually, if you sign up for my newsletter, you get this brush for free.
How do you guys like your pizza?
I like my pizza loaded. Do we want yellow eyes on there? What do you think? Or do we want to keep them? Oh no, we said we wanted them blue, right?
Yeah.
Blue, probably. Yeah.
Like ice blue.
Yeah.
So I guess you mentioned you ate bacon this morning, and someone said you're not a veg. I thought you were a vegetarian. Sad face.
No, I'm working on it. Happy face.
He loves animals. Loves animals.
I do.
Sometimes they're yummy.
What happened to Believable Creature course? Is it done or was removed? I think I missed it.
The Believable Creature course? Oh, the live stream?
I think so,
Yeah, that was the live stream. It should be, if you paid for it, it should be still available.
Yeah, that was in December 16th or something, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And you have another one scheduled soon, or not yet?
No, just the live stream. We're doing
for
the
Australia.
Yeah, for Australia.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. On
So,
Monday.
let's try. I want to try something.
What's the image resolution you usually use?
300 DPI, and usually the dimensions are my longest dimension is always 20 inches, and then whatever dimension on the other, like this one is 20 by image size. This is 20 by 11 and a quarter because I wanted it to be a 16 by 9 composition, the same as a movie screen or your TV screen. But whatever the long dimension is, I always make it 20.
Am I able to donate for Monday with PayPal because I don't have a credit card?
I'm not sure. That's a Nick question. Just go to the website. Go to creatureartteacher.com/help, and you'll be able to see there if you can do that. I think you can.
Okay. Paul really wants me to ask this question. Okay. Hey, Aaron.
Hi.
When you can start to draw some werewolf or something like that?
Okay. At some point, I will. It's not something... I don't do a lot of monster stuff. I like doing creatures. But not a lot of monster stuff. But I'll do a werewolf at some point.
Have you got the Art of Klaus book? And can we have a look at it if so?
No.
No, like you don't have it or no?
No, I don't have it. I don't
You
have
don't
it.
have it. No.
What monitor are you using?
I've got a Cintiq. Do you have a camera up on it?
Yep. Bam.
Cintiq 32. Oh, I just spit food. Oh my god,
Oh.
that's gross. Look at that. A little piece of food in my teeth went. Piece of hot dog.
It was a lot better than what I actually did to it the other day when I sneezed.
Oh.
Just.
I figured that was. Yeah, I figured that out.
Do you have any suggestions for animal? It says psychology, but it should be physiology.
Physiology.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can look up just online. That's where I once the internet came out, that's where I started getting a lot of my information. Yes, there was a time when there was no internet, believe it or not. For you youngsters. Then I used to go to the library and get books. And I own a lot of books, as you can see from up here. That's not even 1% of all the books I own.
Point them out again. They're all right over.
Oh, can you see them?
Yeah, I just set up just show this cam.
Oh, from the set cam.
Yeah.
But yeah, Terrell Whitlatch is a great one to look at.
Oh yeah.
She's a wonderful creature designer, and but has an incredible knowledge on animal physiology and biology and everything else. And She's just absolutely incredible and a really nice person.
Emma Judson says, yes, your website does take PayPal. So
Yeah, I knew it took PayPal. I just wasn't sure about for the live stream.
right for the donations. Have you ever worked with someone who practices falconry?
Yes.
Manny does, right?
Manny is, yeah. Manny's a falconer. Manny's awesome.
And works over
Manuel
Golden
Carrasco.
Montana. Huh?
Manuel Carrasco.
Yeah.
Manuel.
Golden Montana.
Check him out. Look him up on Facebook. He's also one of the founders of Expedition Art, which is a part of the. It's a group that I'm a part of where we are trying to change the world one drawing at a time.
Actually, there's my own personal question about that. Well, were you one of the co-founders as well, or did they invite you?
They invited me. It was him and Christy Tipton and David Levy.
Gotcha.
David.
David.
He's French. David.
And someone's asking if you have advice on animal physiology, but all your courses, you have a lot of courses to cover that.
Yeah, not necessarily physiology. It's more about just how to draw them. If you want to learn about physiology, then...
What's that, like movement?
Yeah, movement and the way they're built and all that kind of stuff. I do cover that a fair amount. But I just suggest hitting the internet. Because there's nothing you can't find on the internet. And that's, to me, that's just become my source of everything, obviously. And so anything I'm looking up, I just keyword it and there it is.
I saw a photo of Aaron and Dustin on Facebook. What cameras were you using then? I think Dustin had a Sony and Aaron had a Canon camera. You would be correct. I think it's the shot of you and I walking side by side.
We were looking really studly.
And I have my big old lens.
Yeah.
I actually got that with me right here.
So it's my bad. They meant animal psychology. That's what they meant. Do you have any advice about animal psychology is the question.
No, I don't really. No, I don't. I wish I did. I find it fascinating. But I don't know that much about it. I feel like animals do have a sense of empathy. A lot of animals do have a sense of empathy and then obviously intelligence and things like that. But beyond that, I don't know much about animal psychology. I'd like to know more.
And to finish the person's question before about the cameras, I personally use the Sony A6400 while Dad uses the Canon 7D Mark I.
Wow, that's neat. Yeah.
Well, it is first gen. Gabby's asking, Aaron, are you familiar with the Spectrum books? I'm surprised I haven't seen you featured in them.
I don't submit to them. I am familiar with them if it's what I think they are.
When you finish your digital art and save it, what is the file size?
About this big.
Teeny tiny. Pocket
they
size.
vary. It always varies on obviously how many layers I'm using and the resolution and blah 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 blah. They're usually I'd say 600 megabytes to a gig.
What program do you use to switch between cameras? We are using a software called OBS.
Oh, BS.
OBS. And it stands for Open Broadcast Software. And it's free to use, free to download, and it's very, very handy to use for live streams or recordings.
What do you think? You like this so far?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Someone's having issues with the brightness of their screen and their monitor and like matching colors. So they said whenever it's done and they post it, it doesn't look the same.
Yeah, some monitors, their color, some monitors might not have the colors properly calibrated or might have the screen settings in different ways. Yeah, I don't know how you could fix something like that. I mean, if it's a monitor, you can probably try toggling through the menu on the monitor itself, and try to find a particular screen setting, like a screen profile. Because you know how there's like the theater mode, there's the standard, vivid, like all that stuff. Like you can probably try to find the one that matches best to what you're looking for.
What you're looking for, sure.
Someone saying hello from Scotland.
Scotland.
Oh, Scotland!
And, what do you advise an illustrator to do in a time of financial difficulties with no incoming projects? Is there a chance to avoid a day job and thrive while making your art?
That's a hard one to say. It depends on where you are, where you live, what you have going. I wish I had better advice for you. I'm sure there's a way. I don't know what it would be off the top of my head. I haven't, it's been since college since I've, when I was in college and trying to make a living doing art before I got into Disney, I was doing everything I could. I did everything from pet portraits to patent drawings. I did a lot of patent drawings. I did a lot of mechanical stuff. If you're a jack of all trades, that really helps. And I happened to, I worked at an engineering firm when I was in high school because I was good at drafting, and so I got a job when I was 18 working at this engineering firm, and it really prepared me for to be able to do a lot of other things as well. And so if the more well-rounded you are, the better off you'll be as far as being able to do different things that are art related. That's about all I can tell you. I'm sorry if you're struggling right now. But sometimes you might just have to get a second job to bridge that gap. And I've had to do that before as well.
Have you ever been to Canada, and what are your thoughts?
No, I've never been to Canada.
I lived there for 2 years.
Vedant and I've been there many times. Vedant and I were just in Canada. We were in Montreal about 3 weeks ago.
Yep, it was lovely. Cold, but beautiful.
Yeah.
And as for me, I lived up there for 2 years up in Toronto, Ontario.
It was a cold, hostile wasteland.
It was a cold, hostile wasteland. I had to build an igloo to protect myself from polar bears and flying hockey pucks.
Saint says that you and I sound like a really nice couple, and he's asking how old we are.
That's none of your damn business.
I'm 22. No, just kidding. I wish.
I'm 61 and she's 18.
I'm 16.
You're 51.
I'm 51. I'm going to be 52 in a couple weeks.
And I'm 41.
We're 10 years apart.
We're old enough, okay?
All right, so I've got all my local color down. And I've got a rough sketch in here. And I'm going to clean this up actually a little bit.
Do you speak other languages but English?
You know what? I wish I did, but I don't. And it's embarrassing because I know so many other people out from outside the United States that speak 2, 3, 4, 5 languages, and it's no big deal. And, that's one of the curses of Americans is, well, not curses, but just the laziness. So many Americans are like, speak English, that's it. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, man.
But don't get me started on that.
Languages are beautiful.
Yeah, I wish I knew another language.
I know a little bit of Spanish. Just
Very little.
little.
Yeah, well, that's one of the benefits of travel. All the travel that we do is we pick up a little bit of, whatever the language is wherever we're going, and that's really cool, and I like that. Whether it's Japanese or Portuguese or Spanish or Maasai or whatever it might be, wherever we go. It's cool. I like it. Actually, I want to do a little bit more.
You can say hello in a lot of languages, can't you?
Oh, I can say hello in a lot of languages. Yeah.
Konnichiwa, bonjour, buenos dias, blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Rude.
Blah 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 blah.
He's like, and all the rest,
Dustin, do you edit your pics before posting or just post them raw? They're amazing. Thank you, Gabby. I personally really hardcore edit the photos. Like a lot of cropping, a lot of color correcting. They come out really different from when I first take them. Because there are a lot of times where a lot of times they're like either underexposed or overexposed, and it's best to get in there and fix them. And the software that I use is Adobe Lightroom.
And that's the beauty of technology, is that you can take a photo and then go and completely correct it in your computer.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
You know what I don't love though is a lift with voice recognition technology
Scotland?
in Scotland of all places.
Is there a certain culture that fascinates you? I probably know the answer to this.
Yeah, oh yeah. I really love the Maasai culture in Africa, and I love Japanese culture.
I love Japanese culture.
I
want to
love
go to Japan.
Japan is one of my favorite countries, but I mean my absolute favorite place in the world is Kenya, and East Africa generally. You know, Tanzania. But I love Kenya and getting out on the Masai Mara and meeting the Maasai. And
Can you go someday?
can you go someday? And yes, I've blessed the rains down in Africa.
Rains down in Africa. Nice.
Looking forward to seeing Dr. Doolittle with Iron Man's Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doolittle.
Yes.
If the animals are good, great.
Yeah.
If they're not, it's going to be so.
I saw the
obvious.
trailer.
I
and
have
I'm,
mixed
I'm-
feelings.
I'm hoping it's better than the trailer.
I have mixed feelings because when I'm hearing his voice, I'm thinking of Sherlock Holmes. Because he's using that same kind of
same British
English-
voice.
Yeah, he's using that same British accent, which is great. He does a great
It's
job,
great.
but it's great. But it needs more cowbell. It needs a more unique cowbell. Yeah, like half of me is seeing him as Iron Man, the other half is seeing him as Sherlock Holmes. I don't really see him as Dr. Doolittle. And when it comes to the original story, like I
Dr.
love the
Do-a-lot.
60s version. With God, what's his name? He was big back in the 60s.
Oh, the original Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah, the original.
That was, what's his name from Sound of Music?
He was also My Fair
right
Lady.
there. Yes, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Uh,
Oh, thank you. He was just in Knives Out. Plummer. Christopher Plummer.
Christopher Plummer.
Thank you.
he was in
You're
Knives
welcome.
Out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought he didn't get nominated. Daniel Craig did, I think, for that. Hello from Paris. I don't understand everything, but
Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq? No, I don't know. See the final. She wants to see the final product, and she said she's starting on a graphic tablet. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, graphic tablet is like anything. Like this is a graphic tablet.
Oh, okay. She's
Yeah.
just starting, but she's
Ah,
loving,
cool.
loving watching.
Excellent. We like having you here.
Hello from Romania.
Romania. Ooh. Nice and exotic.
Dustin, make Arnold talking about dragons, please. Now that is a big dragon. We got to go now. He's going to kill us all. We got to get to the chopper now.
Okay, so I don't want to start a thing, but Dustin, someone just said that was a terrible Christopher Walken. Which I
God.
like your Christopher Walken, but
Thank
maybe
you.
do it one more time.
No, that was a very good Christopher
Yeah,
Walken.
do it one more time. Just because I think it's good. I like it.
No,
I know that my voice could be a bit better. It just needs more cowbell.
See, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Hello from Belgium, Arizona. Everyone's just shouting their country now. Poland, Bavaria,
right on.
Bulgaria, and Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Wow, Romania.
Martin Berger is asking, will you come to Austria one day? I would love to meet all of you.
Yes, I would love to go to Austria.
He said specifically, would love to meet Aaron, Dustin, Nick, and Vanata, but he doesn't mention Steven. Oh.
He's the invisible employee.
Yeah.
Ukraine, Argentina, LA, Canada, Netherlands, Mexico. Everyone's loving it.
Wow. See, I love how international we are.
NG, is that Nigeria? Oh, New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
All of that. Australia. Oh. Thoughts are with you. Thailand.
Hey, Australia, we're gonna be doing the benefit for you soon.
Honduras,
Monday.
Alaska. Buenos Aires. Israel. Cool.
Alaska, one of my favorite places.
South Africa. Portugal.
Have you ever rode a horse? Sorry for all the horse questions.
I used to have a horse.
That's right, and you used to ride in the wetlands, right?
Yeah, I never put a saddle on him. His name was Rebel. And I used to ride him everywhere. I'd take him out in the morning, and we wouldn't come back until late afternoon, early evening.
Yeah, there's no way you can put a saddle on a horse named Rebel.
Yep, he was awesome. He bucked me off more than a few times, I'll tell you that.
Peru, Brazil, Cairo, Germany.
Justin, I think you mean Dustin. Are you in a camera club? No, I am not, but I would love to be part of the Sony Representatives Club if there is one. I'm making fun of myself.
You guys are infectious. Your laughing is just like contagious.
I think Dustin's laughing.
Dustin, may we use the photos you post for reference pictures? They damn good. Sure, go for it. I don't mind.
Give him credit.
Yep, just as long as you give
Photo by
give
Dustin
credit.
Blaze.
Which I have actually gotten tagged to some art that people have made through my photos as reference, and they've given me credit. And I gotta say, some of the artwork I've seen are awesome. So I don't mind it at all. Just as long as you, yeah.
So two questions. Do you do human portraits, and do you have a preference, digital or traditional?
I like both traditional and digital. I know it's a cop-out answer, but I love traditional obviously because you have something physical to hold in your hand when it's done. But I love the speed and the satisfaction of working digitally and all the different things you can do that you just can't do with the traditional medium. And yes, I do human portraits. I just prefer not to a lot of times. I like drawing animals and creatures. That's my favorite thing to do.
Is that your daughter speaking with Dustin?
Daughter? Hello?
Yes, it's my daughter.
It's obviously someone that doesn't follow you very much.
No.
I'm his girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
I'm his partner. Hello.
I'm his girlfriend. Hello.
Okay.
Oh my god, I need Starbucks.
Austin, his daughter would actually probably love to do
Austin would be good at
You
this.
guys would be great people.
Oh, Austin and I together?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
oh my god.
That
We
would
would
be
not
funny.
get any work done.
So I have a question about, do you have a course on animating in TV Paint? They're suggesting you do one, but I thought you have two?
Well, I have a course on animation where I use TV Paint. It's not necessarily about TV Paint.
Okay.
It's animation, and I do show some of the things that you can do in TV Paint. If you want to learn how to use TV Paint, I have free videos on my YouTube channel that cover that.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I've got a whole section. If you go to my YouTube page and scroll down, there's like 4 videos that are specific to painting and or animating in TV Paint.
I've got someone that says they're a new fan of this channel and wanted to let you know that they've been watching, it says spam watching, so many tutorials and learning so much from you. They just want to say thanks.
Hey, you're welcome. I can dig it.
And do you use airbrush when traditional painting?
No. No, I used to back in the 80s, believe it or not. I had an airbrush. I had a couple of airbrushes. But I haven't used an airbrush since, I think the last time I used an airbrush was probably 1990.
V, when do you make new stamps art?
New what?
Stamps art?
Stamp art?
Stamps art, I think. Yeah.
Oh, stamp. Oh,
I think that's
okay.
what it meant. Stamp art.
Oh, when am I making
When you make a new
stuff?
one. Yeah.
Oh, I've done a couple prints I just haven't posted. But we've been on vacation and stuff, so I haven't done any new carvings. I've just
Gotcha.
been messing with my old ones, but appreciate it. I'll keep posting on Facebook. When did you stop working, or it says why did you stop working for Disney? Which
Well,
that's a big
I
question.
yeah, it's a big question. It's actually very personal, but I've shared it a few times. I'll share it with you. I in 2007 I lost Dustin's mom, my wife, to breast cancer. She passed away. and I was really devastated. And I was making a movie called The King of the Elves, working for Disney, and after Karen passed away, I really kind of lost my mojo for doing work and art and a lot of things. It really, I was heartbroken, and I had a really hard time getting back in the saddle at Disney, and struggled making the movie for quite a while until they finally, John Lasseter and Ed Catmull made the decision to take me off the film. And so when that happened, that's when I realized how far I had fallen, and I really needed to kind of find myself again and figure things out. And so I decided I needed to make a big change in my life and quit. So that's why I left Disney. It wasn't because of anything Disney did. I love that company. It was just I needed to kind of find myself again. And so that's why I left Disney. And if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be doing this. So it's kind of an interesting, I always find it a kind of a weird pill to swallow that, had my wife, who I loved very much, had she not died, I wouldn't have gone through and made some of the decisions that I made. And ultimately, I don't know that I would be doing this. And it's, it's a great lesson. And, even the most tragic things in your life can lead to good things, and that's a big lesson I learned. Well, there you go. Bet you didn't expect that answer.
And this is for all three of us. What is your favorite fast food restaurant? Wendy's.
Fast food?
Fast food.
Arby's.
Arby's.
I don't know.
Vedanta hates fast food.
I mean, I eat fast food. I just don't necessarily
Have a favorite?
Yeah, and I can't say Chick-fil-A because, they don't support all that.
Yeah.
Even though I try not to, but I like to eat there sometimes, and I like Chipotle. Even I don't want to like them, but I do.
Chipotle's
They don't support same-sex unions. You can go out. You can come out and say it.
I know they don't support same-sex unions, and yeah. So it's not a company I want to advertise.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And Chipotle, I worked for 2 years, and I still can't help. Even though I hate that company, I still can't help but like Chipotle.
What kind of printer do you use when making your own prints?
That one.
Okay.
No, we've got a large format printer when we do our own prints. I don't know what kind it is. I can't remember. And Nick has it in his office, and it's 180 miles away from me. So I can't remember.
Giant printer.
Yeah, it prints 4 feet wide. It prints 42 inches.
I mean, the prints that he does on like the matte paper.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful.
They came out really nice, don't they? Yeah.
Noka says, I've been watching you since middle school, and now I'm doing animation work for an animation college, and I still have you by my side. Thank you so much for your inspiration. Hello from Paris.
Oh,
Awesome.
man, that's cool. You are welcome. Thank you.
Have you ever tried the free animation program OpenTunes?
No,
Have you heard of it?
I have.
Do you arrange your colors while you're painting?
Do I arrange them?
Yeah, like when you're doing your digital, do you get a group of what you're using, or you just pick them as you
No,
go?
I just pick them as I go.
Is your art in any of the art of the movies you worked on?
Yes. In The Lion King, obviously Brother Bear. I've got a lot in Brother Bear. Lion King, Pocahontas, Mulan.
Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast. No, not in Beauty.
Oh,
I
your original designs?
Yeah, I didn't get anything in Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, a lot of them are out there.
Aladdin?
Aladdin.
Intermediary.
Aladdin, yeah. I got a bunch of stuff in Aladdin.
What's the largest painting you've ever done?
48 inches by 60 inches.
That's big.
Was
that
that
the
the-
elephant one?
No, that was that sea otter.
Oh wow, that's huge.
It was a big painting of a sea otter up in Alaska.
Oh, I forgot about
You've
that.
never
one.
done a mural?
Yeah, I did a mural. That was one of the things I did when I was in college trying to
Those are huge.
make money. Yeah, the mural was like 8 feet or 9 feet tall by 110 feet long.
Jeez. That's cool.
Who do you suggest for online poster prints?
I use pixels.com. They tend to be kind of expensive, but the quality is great.
Have you ever tried 3D for your project?
You know, I've never tried 3D. I directed 3D. I directed 3D movies, but I myself have never done 3D.
I swear, every time I hear 3D, I'm just thinking like 3D depth, like with glasses, not
Yeah.
CG.
No, not the CG.
So I have a question, which already have you considered hosting classes where students can sign up and attend in person?
Yes,
You've done one in Orlando
we did.
for creature art teacher.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing another one, probably the first week of March in Sarasota on plein air painting, but we haven't announced it yet because there's still a few things we're trying to get done on it.
And you also did the watercolor course in England at the castle.
Yes, yep, we did that, and that was awesome. We had an amazing group of people for that, and so yes, the long answer or short answer is yes, and we'll be doing more.
Sorry I missed this question earlier, but Aaron, do you have any tips on how to draw with your other arm? I broke my art arm.
Funny you should say
It's
that.
funny. I broke mine. Can they see the scar? Can you see it on there?
Yeah,
Or just
I
go-
A little
know.
bit.
Go to a full shot. Can you see that scar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see it.
Yeah. So that scar, I broke my wrist while I was snowboarding in Colorado, and that's my left hand. I'm left-handed, and but I found myself even with a cast on. I kept using this arm. I just drew from my shoulder, and it really helped me.
What did you tell me about Peter Hahn and his sketchbooks?
Oh, Peter Hahn. Peter Hahn is an anomaly. He's a freak of nature. Peter Hahn is incredible, first of all, and he purposely practices with his other hand and keeps sketchbooks, right?
Yeah, he has a whole sketchbook for his left hand.
For his left hand.
For keeping up, for practicing. So he wants
So he
to
has like
keep-
one book for his as a lefty, another
Yep.
one as a righty.
So he can be ambidextrous in
Yeah.
drawing.
Wow. Show off much?
He's just.
He's a cool.
We used to tease him because he went to Africa with us, and one of our Maasai guides was named Peter as well. And we'd call Peter, and they both would answer, and we go, no, the talented Peter, and we met the Maasai guy.
No, the cool, talented.
The cool one.
Yeah,
No, he's
Peter,
awesome.
our Maasai guide Peter was awesome too. That guy was super cool.
Will you be this year in Annecy? I would gladly shake your hand.
You know it. There's a chance that I will be there. I'm not sure completely yet, but
Travis might go, right?
yeah, I'm not sure if Travis is going or
Okay.
not. He was there
Last year.
a couple of years. Was it last year or the year? I think he was there the year before. Shoot, there we go.
What school asked you to go and do something?
Well, I'm not going to say because I'm
okay,
not sure
okay.
if it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to happen
all
yet.
right.
But there is a school that might have me come over there, an American-based school, but I'm not sure yet. But even if that doesn't happen, yes, Nick and I have been talking about making it to Annecy at some point, no matter what.
Heidi Bohez says, my son has an incurable illness, and drawing keeps him fighting through bad days. He looks up to you, and you inspire him. Thank you for that.
Well, you've about made me cry. That's that makes me very happy. Thank you for telling me that.
For Monday, how long will the live stream on Monday be? 2 hours, 3 hours?
It'll probably. I want to make it worth people's while. And I want to do it long enough so that the people in Australia can wake up. Because I think when we go on, it's going to be like 5 a.m. in Australia. So we're going to go at least 2.5 hours, I think.
Someone's asking if they had a, live action Brother Bear, would you direct it
No.
if they asked you?
If they asked me, sure, I'd definitely be interested, but that won't happen. I just know.
I'm a fan from the Philippines. Watching your videos always motivates me to create art. Rustum Tomix, Kapin Puyan.
Right on. Well, I'll thank you.
Thank you very much. Kind of a lead from the previous question about the online poster prints.
Yeah.
who do you use for online frames for poster prints and canvas paintings?
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't been doing it enough. I haven't ordered any frames in ages. I just got a frame for my oil painting that I did for the oil painting course, but I got that through my friend Greg Beecham. Who, by the way, if you don't know Greg Beecham's work, look him up. It's GREGBEECHAM. He's one of the most amazing animal
paintings. Oh.
Yeah, he's one of the most amazing animal artists out there.
He was in Africa with you.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, he did the Africa trip with us. His animal paintings are insanely beautiful. Greg Beecham. Follow him on Instagram too.
Someone wanted you to expound a little bit more on the live stream on Monday, what it is, and then on Expedition Art, what that is.
Okay, so the live stream on Monday is going to be a benefit for raising. It's going to be raising money for our friends in Australia, so we can donate to. There's a wildlife fund that we're donating to, and also a fund to help people that have been have their homes burnt down and whatnot. And so if you want more information on that, just go to creatureartteacher.com/help. And for a $5 donation, you can be a part of our live stream on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is my time here in the Eastern United States. It'll be 1 p.m. our time, and for wherever you are in the world, you got to figure out what that is for you. And it's a good cause. What was the other part of the question? Sorry.
Expedition Art. What is that group?
Oh yeah. So Expedition Art is a group that I'm a part of where we go out and create art, and as a result of that, we put together books, we do shows, we do all kinds of stuff. Right now, we're trying to put together a little bit of a documentary on our trip to Africa, and it's all meant to raise money and raise awareness for different endangered habitats around the world. So we just did a book called Endangered, where we showcased, did paintings of 100 endangered animals, and the money that was raised from that was used to buy land in Borneo. I think that's where they said it was, to help orangutans. So it's a really good group of people, and I love it.
If they purchase the live stream, will they then have access to it later?
Yes. Okay. If you purchase the live stream, you will have access to it later on. And let me knock this back a little bit because I'm losing the value there. You'll definitely have access to it later on. Yes.
Has anyone seen the trailer for Pixar's Soul with Jamie Foxx?
I saw it without sound, so I got to watch it again.
Oh, on the plane or something?
Yeah, I can't remember where I was. I was trying to watch it, but I had to be quiet wherever it was, and so I had to turn it down.
For Monday, will you be talking about the animal anatomy, such as like muscles and skeletons and skulls?
I'm not going to get probably that detailed. I might get a little bit. It depends on what I'm going to be able to come up with. I'm going to talk a little bit about that stuff, but I want to cover just basically shape, and that sort of thing, as far as how to think about the shapes of the different animals. I want to talk about koalas and wombats and kangaroos and wallabies and all kinds of fun stuff. Kookaburra. I love kookaburras.
So I have quite a few people asking about anatomy, either books or for all animals. What's the best way to learn anatomy for animals?
It's drawing from life. It's getting out there and seeing animals in real life. Is this real life? And
Is this real life?
and but not, it's anytime you can get skeletons. There's a lot of information online, and comparative anatomy is a big one as well. I'm a big proponent of understanding comparative anatomy, basically the way we're built compared to other animals, and you're going to start to discover similarities in the way that we're built with other animals, and what's the, when you look at your hand and you see all 5 fingers on your hand, and then you look at a bat and you see that a bat has 5 fingers in its wing, you start to understand, oh, they've got all the same parts. And then you can start to understand that when you're drawing, you can go, oh, I've got to get the hips because I've got hips. So this animal needs hips, or it needs, this muscle, the tricep muscle, or whatever it might be. You'll start to understand that those all belong in the same. Depending on what the animal is, once you understand that we have the same parts, they're just proportioned differently. That was a big step for me. That was a long-winded answer. Sorry.
And your brother just wrote, "Hey, big brother, you are awesome."
You are too, Travis. Travis just had his first live stream yesterday.
Last night.
Yeah.
Rosie B says, "Thank you so much for all your help and resources. You were one of the biggest inspirations that led me to start my own art studio."
Oh, awesome.
What are the best colleges that you know of for art?
Wow, there's a lot of great colleges out there. My problem with colleges nowadays is how expensive they've gotten. And I think they're obscenely expensive. I think they're overpriced, to be honest with you. I think for the information that you can get just right online, you're better, now if you want to learn with other people and other like-minded people, then there's definitely a reason to go to college there. But as far as, bang for your buck, I think you're better off, learning things online and finding that, just because I feel that they've gotten way overpriced. But there are some great colleges out there. Savannah College of Art and Design is great. It depends on, if you're looking for animation or just art in general. There's some great schools up in the Northeast for just art in general. But yeah, it's...
what's a couple of names of good... or if they wanted to go to an art college?
Well, I'm trying to think of some good ones.
There's a lot of online art education.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
There really is. But like I said, if you're wanting to learn, with other people in a college situation, then, there's definitely, I'm trying to think because it's changed since I went to school. I have to think on that one. Because I've been so far out of the college world, it's hard to say.
Ready for a new question?
Yep.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
I'd like to do a drawing of a dragon rider similar to How to Train Your Dragon movies. Does this count as fan art or not, as I'm not drawing the characters from the movies, but putting my own ideas and spin on it?
Yeah, it's still fan art.
Still fan art?
Yeah, because it's still originated with
You're
them.
copying someone else's.
It's still in that world.
Yeah.
Even stuff that has no, what's it called when it's free, nobody has the rights to it.
Open source or not open source? But I know. Yeah, domain. Public domain. Public domain.
If it's public domain, is that still, you think, fan art?
Well, fan art of what?
Well, fan art is that you're a fan making art for a particular subject. So I mean, if it's.
But I'm saying if it's just a story, an old story that no one has rights to, is it? You can put your own spin on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's not what we're talking about. We're definitely for me, it's like, taking
the Marvel universe.
Yeah, drawing and selling Baby Yoda pictures and stuff like that.
Or drawing Captain America or Iron Man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are there any online courses by Glenn Keane yet?
No. And trust me, if I can get him over to our site, we're gonna try to do it.
Be a lot cooler if he did.
It'd be a lot cooler if we did.
Do you know anything about carpal tunnel?
Very little. Very little.
If your hand's tingling, you should probably go see the doctor.
Yeah.
In In an internet full of artists, you, Mr. Blaze, are one of the best I've ever come across just because of the way you're helping everyone else and sharing your wisdom.
Thank you. That was very nice of you to say.
It was Amber Ackart, aka AK Art. Oh. Aaron, what safety precautions do you take when approaching large animals to capture? I guess they mean on photograph. Like a big stick, for instance?
No, I really watch their body language. It's not hard to figure out animal body language because it's not much different than us. But there's certain things that people don't realize. Like if you're around a bear, and you start to see them yawning a lot, that's a sign of stress. You know, there's things like that that a lot of people don't know.
You usually are around animal professionals.
I am, but I've been out in the wild before. I've had encounters, but not a ton to where I've had enough encounters in the wild on my own that I've gotten enough experience where I know what to do. But most of the time, I'm with a guide or something like that. So yeah.
And in response from the earlier talk of fan art, Keely Anderson says if it's public domain, you're safe to make it however you want.
Yeah.
Without plagiarizing someone else's take, of course.
Right.
I have someone commenting that college was great for them, except that fantasy art was shunned by the instructors. I mean, fantasy art can be concept artwork if it's done right.
Yeah, see, that's the problem too. Is, you know, a lot of times with college is, a lot of times you'll be stuck with an instructor that's just bitter at the world.
Oh yeah.
For lack of a better way of putting it.
That's not how you're supposed to draw.
Or just someone that's stuck in the past a little bit maybe, or in their ways, and they
Yeah.
don't want to progress with technology.
Yeah.
Nolan Taylor just said, I just got here and that needs moose antlers also.
Oh my
Hi.
God, Nolan.
Shut up! Why are your
Shut up!
Shut up!
Why are your secondary shadows and light layers set to normal instead of overlay or multiply?
Say it again.
Are they're saying that your secondary shadows are set
Yeah,
to
the reflected
normal
light. Yeah, I'm trying to paint over the drawing layer now.
without multiplying or
Yeah.
You don't want it to get darker necessarily. You want it.
Have you ever been in danger while out in the wild?
I've had dangerous encounters. I don't know how in danger I've been. I've had some pretty close calls on stuff. We got charged by an elephant. I've had a lion threaten me, but I don't know how much in danger I ever was, because we got out of the situation pretty quickly and easily.
So how many frames does it take to animate a 2-minute scene? Well, you'd have to do some math.
Yep, a 2-minute scene. We got to think of it this way. A 2-minute scene is 180 feet. Okay. And because there's 90 feet in a minute, and every foot has 16 frames. So multiply 16 times 180, and there's your answer.
Wow, 16 times 180. That's how many drawings.
That's how many frames. You don't necessarily have to
okay.
have. You can do it on twos and get away with
And
it.
someone also said 12 to 24 frames per second.
Exactly. It's 12 to 24. When you're doing it on twos, it's 12 frames per second. When you're doing it on ones, it's 24.
When you're drawing the dragon, are you thinking about ice, snow, etc.?
Yes, I'm going to have some of that in here. I'm working over it now. Actually, you know, I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to go to my there we go. My dry brush.
The dry brush. How long does it take to do one art piece?
Art piece.
Art piece.
Depends on what it is.
I was going to say,
Like anything.
that's like asking, how long does it take to eat a meal?
What are you eating and where are you? Like if it's a digital painting, you can usually do one in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Render it completely in a few hours. Kristen says, my mom always tells me to be careful about doing manga style art because art teachers are snobby about it.
Well, it's not being snobby. It's because I feel the same way. To me, it's about just broadening your horizons.
Drawing from life.
Yeah, manga. Manga is a style, and there's a lot of other styles to learn from. And I recommend understanding reality before you start to abstract into a style. I much rather would I highly recommend drawing people from life and figure drawing and that sort of thing before you're drawing them from in a manga style, because then you're going to understand the form a lot better and how it's being abstracted to become become a manga style. Blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If you could jump into a painting like Mary Poppins, what painting or picture would you love to jump into, and would you take Dustin?
Wow, that's a good one. There's a lot of paintings I'd like to.
You might want to take a good problem solver. I'm gonna raise my hand. No.
You're right.
Can I go? Can I go?
Of course.
What about the number of drawings in a 2-minute scene? They just said multiply 60 by 24. No.
Yeah, come on, do your math.
120 by.
I'm not going to do your math for you.
Multiply 120 by 24.
120 by 24.
2-minute scene. 60 seconds, 60 seconds, right?
Oh yeah, you can do it that way. Yeah.
120 by 24, and that's maximum of drawings. So you would do.
Right, it'd
Or
be
cut that in half.
Yeah.
Get your calculator out, son.
I'm not doing your math for you. What is it with this generation?
I don't know. Teach a man to fish, right?
Yeah.
Someone wants to have icicles coming out of his nose or frostbite on him.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's I really like the way he said, "That's not how you're supposed to draw." Say that again if you like to. Sure.
What? Sure.
I think I just did. That's not how you're supposed to draw.
Sure.
Sure. Gotcha. Or it was heard ya.
Jet. I'm going to do my classic shadow. I don't like the way this shadow's working out. It's just flattening out. I'm going to do my classic go-to shadow.
We've been getting this question.
Everyone's going to go, oh, brother. Here we
Oh,
go.
brother. Hey, kid. We're in a lot of trouble.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. Hey, kid. What's your opinion about Klaus the movie?
I hate that movie.
You like it.
I love that movie. Kidding me? I love Duncan.
I love Dunkin' Donuts. You crazy?
So, I just wrote out the math. Is it really 2,880 drawings?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, 2,880 drawings.
Yeah.
And that's why there are so many
And that's on
so many
ones.
people on teams. And that's why it takes years to do.
So good luck with that 2-minute scene. Well, animation's not just drawings. You have to know how, like movement and expression and all kinds of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kristen, I think they're talking. She said, I donated my allowance. Aw,
Oh, good.
that's sweet. Whatever she could.
Well, I hope we make it worth it for you.
And somebody
Thank you.
said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Someone wants you to come to Bermuda. They
Okay.
said you won't get lost in the triangle. They're positive. They promise.
I would go to Bermuda in a heartbeat.
So he said that the voice that I did for the that's not how you're supposed to draw. So it sounded like the secretary in Monsters Inc.
Yeah, it totally does.
Wazowski, you forgot to turn your paperwork last night. I'm always watching you.
Also, Dustin, could you say something in the voice of Palpatine, like "do it" or something? Sure.
Sure.
Skywalker.
Good, good. Let the hate flow through you.
So, do you have any opinions, Aaron, on zoos? Do you support them, not support them, and why?
Yeah, I support good ones. Zoos, I think I'm a firm believer zoos serve a really wonderful purpose in helping to preserve wildlife, educate the public on wildlife. You know, good zoos do that. There are bad zoos that shouldn't be in business. I think we can all agree on that.
What is your primary drawing tablet, and what tablet would you recommend for a newbie? iPad Pro?
Yeah, I've got an iPad Pro. I'm using right now I'm using a Wacom Cintiq.
Yeah, speaking of Cintiq, I just watched a YouTube video today because there's a convention going on called CES, which is like at the start of each year, where they show like the new technology coming later in the year, and Wacom
Voice
announced
recognition
a new-
technology?
in a lift that is not in Scotland, but they're releasing a new like beginner level, not really beginner level, but it's a smaller, more affordable Cintiq. I think it's going to be having like a starting sale of like $400.
Yeah, I've got the 16-inch. I've got the 16-inch.
Yeah, but I think they made a like a
13?
smaller version.
Like a 13? Or
Yeah, I think they made I think they made a 13. And so now there's a whatchamacallit, like the starting level.
The candy bar? I love those candy bars.
Starting level, like the not beginner, but what's that word?
Someone
You all
wants you to make a Procreate video, but that's super funny because that's your next course that's coming out.
They obviously they weren't here when we were talking
Yeah.
about it, but yeah, we're doing a Procreate course this month.
Entry level. That's the word I was going for.
You okay? You all right, Dustin?
I'm okay. My brain is a little fried, but I'm good. Oh wait, I gotta do it like Crunk. My brain's a little fried, but I'm good. I'm okay.
Oh, Slice Stallone.
Hey,
yeah.
Peter, you really got a meal.
Oh, no, someone wants you to do Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone.
Can you do him?
Uh,
This always
not
means no.
not a whole lot of practice, but the best I can do is like
Remember
I
when
know this guy that works at Planet Hollywood. Believe it or not, believe it or not. That's my best. I haven't really practiced with him a whole
Because
lot.
one time you're like, I can't believe that I can do George Lucas. And I was like, no, you didn't. That was the one time I was like, not a good impression.
No.
He's very particular. But let's see.
Have you tried the new Adobe Fresco app? You can do both vector and pixel art in it.
No, I haven't.
I did not know about that.
What's the best way to practice perspective on faces? Draw from life?
Draw from life. Yeah, it's the best thing I can tell you.
Was this Homer Simpson? No.
Have somebody sit for you and have them do it from the front, from the side, and have them to like turn their head and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's observation. I mean, everything I've learned that I teach, I've learned on my own. I've learned from life, and so that's the best thing I can tell you is to do that. That's to do that. So I'm going to put that in shadow,
Why do you flip the canvas?
so I can see it in a new light. That's a good question. I flip it because I see it differently when I flip it, and I can see what's wrong. I can see
The mistakes.
things that are wrong with it. Yeah,
I used to look at my paintings in a mirror backwards.
exactly.
And
That's
then
how I
was
discovered
like, okay, it doesn't look right.
it. Exactly.
Dustin, try John Travolta. I'm not even gonna try that. No. I know I can't do John Travolta. I never even tried.
Wow.
Hey, well, it's like, hey, Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter, right? Aaron, you
Mr.
know.
Carter.
I do.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. One of my favorite
That's old
theme
school
songs.
John Travolta.
It is.
What was that?
Welcome Back,
what was
Cotter.
it? What?
That was Welcome Back, Cotter.
Oh.
It's a TV show in the 70s.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Very old school.
Wow.
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 3-point perspective makes me want to slam my head in the door.
Sorry, Kirk, I do not know
You
that
have a
line.
video for that, though.
I do.
And it's a YouTube one, right? Or
No,
is it
I have a
part
whole
of
course on
Oh,
perspective.
perspective course, that's right.
Yeah.
Which I never learned 3-point perspective. I don't think I was ever taught that.
Well, you can go to my website,
I know.
creatureartteacher.com.
Question: if I show you my Instagram, can you tell me if I have a future as a professional artist?
No, I won't tell you that. I think anybody has a future as a professional artist. You just need to apply yourself. So I'll tell you that right now. How's that? How's that for being a jerk?
What's the hotkey to flip paintings in Photoshop?
That I don't know.
Oh, what the hell?
So this is a question for me because you get that question all the time of how can I get feedback? Do you want to give? What do you suggest people do in their own real lives? Who should they seek out to give them feedback? Like go to an art gallery or go to a school or, is there?
Someone that obviously you trust as an artist. That's the biggest thing. And be prepared to get an honest answer. That's the other thing. Don't argue with people when they give you honest feedback.
The real question should
That's
be,
one of my biggest pet peeves.
who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters. Oh, they're doing another reboot of that, aren't they?
No, it's a whole new sequel, or it's a
No,
whole
I know,
sequel.
but they're
from the
basically saying that the last movie never happened. They're
the
starting.
2016 one. Yeah,
They're
that.
starting back from the originals and
Yeah, they're
continuing.
going. Yeah, they're going back to the original, like the quote unquote reboot from 2016. Nope,
They're
that
acting
doesn't
like it
exist
never
anymore.
happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for it.
You didn't like it?
Just watching the trailers, I was like, nope,
Oh, you didn't even watch it?
nope.
Why? Because it was an all-girl cast?
No, because
I'm just kidding.
You don't think women should be actors?
Man, Dustin.
Is that what you said?
really.
Look, so after this stream, it's going to be your last. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll just go home and pack my things, head back up to Canada where I belong.
I never saw it either, but I love Kate McKinnon, and she was in
Yeah,
it. And I still should probably watch it.
It wasn't
Like-
good.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
a shame.
because the reason why I didn't even bother to see it because there's nothing about it that's based off of the original. Like if it was
It's
its
a
own
reboot.
thing, but that's the thing. I don't like reboots.
Oh.
I'm not a huge fan of reboots.
Well, like, what about the Terminator movies that make absolutely no sense in a real timeline? Because each movie, the next movie, said, no, we're going to disregard the last movie. They're like, no, we're just going to... You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Well,
at some point, it's like, come on.
No, the first three, they kept the timeline decently well. It was after
I
that
mean, all the ones after that.
where they
yeah.
start going way downhill.
This last one that nobody saw was awesome.
It was
and it kept
really
and it
good.
kept the original timeline.
It did keep the original timeline, which I liked. But it's just kind of weird
Oh,
how they make
the
movies
one after
nowadays.
Genesis.
The one that just came out.
The one that just
Yeah, the
came
one
out.
yeah.
I liked. We saw it in the theater, didn't we?
I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. Is it necessary to have a diploma in order to be a studio animator in the U.S. or Europe?
No. I don't have a degree.
Be able to do the work, right?
Yeah, you just have to be able to do the work. That's in general in the art world. Now it helps if you're coming from another country into the United States. It helps to have that. The United States is really tough to come and work if you're not from here. They're real jerks about it.
How long? And I know this is very specific. How many hours would you say to become somewhat proficient at painting in Photoshop? 10,000, for example.
Many hours.
Four.
4, at least 4.
At least 4.
I think it's gonna be different for everybody, right?
Of course, yeah. You can't give an answer to that. You just got to do it. Don't worry about how long it's going to take. You must be. I bet it's a young viewer. They all want it now.
It's
Now.
Joanne Metz. I don't know how old she is, but
That's my
Terminator
grumpy. That's
Dark
my
Fate,
grumpy
that's
old
what-
man coming out.
yeah, I want it now. Don't care how, right? I
Yeah.
want it now.
Yep, with me with like saving up for my next camera, I'm learning the word patience.
She
It-
replied, "She's old, old, old."
And the movie I'm talking about for Terminator is Dark Fate. Thank you, Steve. That was the most recent one that came out. He said that kept with the timeline from Genesis very well.
What are you babbling about?
The Terminator.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, someone says this Dustin guy is hilarious.
Thanks, I'm
They
trying my
must be a
best.
new fan. Yeah. That's why people tune in. Do you think it's to watch Aaron draw?
No. Dustin,
It's
man.
for impressions. They like.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow, a wooey.
Be a lot cooler if you did. No, it's not good.
Question for you, Dustin. DSLRs or mirrorless cameras? What do you like better? And
Oh,
what lenses
Lord.
do you use?
Here we go.
Here we go.
It's an
I'll
hour.
make it simple and short. I prefer mirrorless, and the lens I use the most right now is the 200-600 millimeter lens.
There you go.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Wow.
What, you want more? I can give more.
No, he could talk on it for like at least an hour. Which I love.
I can
though.
even show it off. I got the lens right here.
Show it.
I love that you found a passion
I do too.
Oh yeah.
that involves getting out of the house. You know.
Yeah,
Video games are cool and all, but photography way better.
So this here is my baby. Is you ain't my baby? And so this is my 200 to 600 millimeter lens I've been using for all my wildlife, and that is my
For all your wildlife.
wildlife,
Oh, your wildlife.
wildlife, and that is my Sony A6400 camera. Working along with it, I'm basically mounting the camera on the lens. So, yeah.
Awesome. You really are a fountain of knowledge as far as cameras go.
So what?
You know a lot about cameras.
Oh, thanks. I try.
Nice lens, Dustin.
Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more. Hey, I'm new. Who is Aaron?
Really? Is that
I-
or is that a real post?
I honestly think it's fake.
A joke?
No, that's
think-
all right.
Okay.
It might not be. I don't know.
Well, then tell him who Aaron is.
I'm Aaron.
My dad
Aaron
and
Blades.
Disney.
I was a Disney animator. I worked for Disney for 21 years. I was a Disney animator, a supervising animator, and director. I worked on The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast,
Pocahontas, Mulan.
Pocahontas, Aladdin. I directed, co-directed Brother Bear, and since leaving Disney, I worked for a couple other projects along the way. But ultimately, I started my own business about 5 years ago, where I teach art to whoever wants to learn it. We travel the world doing it, and part of it is doing live streams every Friday. And here we are. So now you know who I am.
Friday.
Okay. I'm gonna only ask this because I know it's gonna maybe upset you. How do I draw quicker? I have a problem with adding too much detail, but it ends up taking too long.
Don't worry about your speed. So, first of all, discipline yourself not to add all the detail. That's just a matter of discipline. And then the rest of it is just, just don't worry about how fast you are. That's speed comes with experience.
So what is this creature gonna be again?
Someone wanted a white snow dragon, so that's what I'm doing. It's a snow dragon.
He looks cool.
It's a great white snow dragon.
You want
It's
to see
from the
something
Great
really
White
cool
North.
that we can do?
Hmm?
Watch this. I'm going to put this. Oh, let's save it.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Oh, what's the weight of the lens, probably?
Oh, someone's asking, what's the weight of that bad boy, Dustin?
No, what's the weight of that bad boy?
And I read it different in my head, and I'm
What's the
like,
weight
they're
of that
asking
bad
to know
boy, Dustin?
Dustin's weight.
Well, I weigh around 250 pounds. No, but the lens itself.
Sorry.
No, but the weight on the lens is around 4.5 pounds, give or take. Which is actually lighter than Dad's lens. Dad's lens is about a little over 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Because you have the 150 to 600.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to create some scales.
Some scales.
Some scales. We're going to create some scales.
We're
Now,
going to make some scales on a global scale.
I've got scales that I made a while back, but I don't know if they're very good. I gotta find them. Stick with me, people. Sorry, it's gonna take a little while.
Keep it together, man.
Aaron is a Disney prince. I mean, legend.
Legend. Aaron is a genius Jedi Knight of artists, a true mentor.
Amber AK Art says, I now know where I'll be every single Friday for as long as you keep doing this.
Well, there we go.
We'll
They'll
keep
be
it going.
here.
We will be here. Let me try this one. Whoops. How about I try a different color?
Are there any books or videos on background drawing?
Books or videos on background drawing. Yes, I just don't know any off the top of my head. Sorry, I gotta
Okay.
change my brush.
So who is Dustin? I have the question. It's probably some new people. So you want to explain who you are, Dustin?
I'm just a guy.
He's just a girl.
He's
in the
Aaron's
world.
son.
Yeah, I'm Aaron's son, and I work for him as the editor, live stream operator, and filmographer, and also photographer, and just a whole line of ers. But yeah, just having fun.
So I've got a brush that I created a while back, making some scales here. That's kind of cool, huh? It's kind of cool, eh? But I can do it this way.
Martin from earlier says, "Okay, now that we know Dustin's weight, there are no questions left."
Don't ask mine. Aaron is our master Yoda in art. I like that.
Did you ever make art digital print of your digital work? Like, you ever print out your digital work?
Yeah, you can order some of his prints on Creature Art Teacher, right? Of your artwork.
Yeah. I got to do something
And
else
then
here.
at
Hold
live
on.
events, we've been selling his digital artwork printed out.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
It's okay.
trying to figure something out here real quick.
Someone's asking for a traditional animation video in the coming days. I would love that.
Okay.
Like on paper, I guess.
Yeah, those are always really popular.
There, I've created scales. Let me see if I can space these out a little bit more.
But
Are you making your own brush? Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a brush that I made a while back, but I haven't been using it. I want to see if I can use it here.
Yes, Dustin.
do you like reptiles? And if so, what's your favorite reptile?
I like all animals, but reptiles. I like bearded dragons or iguana. I mean, I like lizards. Are cool. Lizards are super cool.
And how did you meet Aaron?
Tinder.
Grinder.
Uh.
We met in a strip club. No, I'm just kidding, kids. I'm sorry. Look, we met on Facebook. Aaron's business partner, Nick, which everyone knows, Nick. He's my brother-in-law.
Nick, Birch.
Nick's married to my sister, and that's how I met Aaron. Through Facebook and through Nick.
It was fate.
It was fate. Almost 3 years.
And
Yeah.
Gabby just said, "Gonna go out to breakfast, guys. See you all next time." V, I hope you can join us more.
Bye, Gabby. Thanks.
It's almost noon. What are you talking about, Gabby? You're going to lunch.
No, she just woke up.
These
You
young
realize
kids
she's on the west
nowadays.
side, right?
What's that?
Yeah, California, but that's
She's
about
on the
noon.
California side.
It's about
I know.
noon
It's
right now.
like noon.
Noon. That's not breakfast. Lunch. But we love you anyway.
No, it's still morning. It's still 11-ish. It's almost.
It's 10 till noon.
So it's
These crazy
it's
kids.
breakfast.
No, it's lunch. But that's okay.
It's a brunch. Okay, we'll say that it's a brunch.
I'm just giving her a hard time anyway. So I'm just giving him little slight scales here. A little scale texture.
little scaly scales.
Yeah, a little scale texture. And then I go in.
Haru Miu says, do you think you can learn animation only based on intuition? In the sense of keep trying until the movement looks right? How much theory goes in?
Well, it's all theory. And a lot of it is working it till it looks right, but you are it's better to learn your fundamentals first, you know, because then it'll make sense why you're doing what you're doing.
Will Vedanta be here in future live streams? It's so funny to have you all.
Oh, that's sweet.
No.
It's okay.
No.
Of course you are.
It's okay.
Yes, she's going to be.
I can pop in and out whenever you guys want, man.
That's right.
Usually, Nick is fielding questions from YouTube, which is what I'm doing today. But he's on vacation because of his birthday, so that's why I'm here. And then when Dustin went on vacation, I filled in for him.
Yeah.
Couple times.
Anytime like one of us is either on vacation or out of town, Vedanta takes over.
I love helping. It's awesome.
No England trip in class this year, correct? Maybe 2021?
Probably 2021, yeah. Not one this year. We're stepping back a little bit this year from our travel.
But we're doing them here. If you guys
We are
wanna
doing them, yeah. If
cross
you want
the
to come,
pond,
if you want to come across, come to the States, come to sunny Florida.
you can do a direct flight, right? Manchester to Orlando.
Yeah.
To Orlando.
Kristen always orders pizza and wings to watch the live streams. I just wanted to add that because I
Oh
love,
man, I want some pizza
I love
wings
pizza
now.
and wings. That doesn't go with our
I
diet, babe.
I know.
I want some pizza now.
Do you ever use a blender brush?
I don't. I don't. I just don't use it. No.
I usually just use a blender to blend food.
I have a question. Who fills in for Aaron? No one.
No one.
Okay.
No one fills in.
If
for
he's
him.
not here, there is no live stream. Are you coming to Alaska this year?
You know what? I used to go to Alaska every year for like, been 5 times. On average, every other year. I take that back. I haven't been since 2000. I haven't been to Alaska
never
in
been.
20 years.
The girls are going this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughters are
I
going
want
with
to
their-
get
their
back
dad.
to Alaska so badly.
Going this summer.
Yeah, on a cruise, Alaskan cruise. Have you ever tried to use man-face stink bug for inspiration? I don't know what this means. I just had to ask it.
I've seen them, and I've used a lot of insects for inspiration. I was just looking at one of those. What was I doing? I can't remember what it was for. But anyway,
Are there any animation books you recommend?
like The Illusion of Life.
Oh, they said besides Animator's Survival Kit and Illusion of Life.
No, those are the best ones. So that's that.
Are there any other artists that you really look up to?
Oh, tons, a lot.
Have you ever done graphic novel illustrations?
No.
Are you gonna go over
One of my favorite, just real quick, one of my
Okay.
favorite contemporary artists that I really look up to is James Gurney. He did Dinotopia.
Oh yeah.
Look at his work if you get a chance. He's an amazing, amazing artist. I love watching his videos. He's got a great YouTube channel.
Are you gonna go over Animation Assist in your upcoming Procreate course?
Yes. We are going to do some animation in Procreate.
Vedanta's more fun than Nick. You should fire him.
Hey, that's my brother-in-law you're talking about.
Okay.
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 Nick is such an integral part of the business.
So I said, yeah, Venanta did a great job when Dustin was traveling.
Well,
You should fire him.
Yeah.
We'll just fire you instead.
Alright, I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Dustin, you're fired.
You're fired.
Dustin, you're hired. You're fired, then rehired. That's something that's Steven's joke, though.
I know. We do that to poor Steve. Steve, you're fired. Okay, you did a good app. Okay, you're hired. Steve is the one pretty much responsible for our new app that we have out. Which, by the way, how many of you guys have used the new app? You can go to Apple. It's only for Apple right now, for iPhone. But
Working on the Android
we're
version.
working on the Android version. But we've had a really great response to it. So I'm just curious if anyone out there has used it yet.
Virtual hands, anybody?
Well, if you haven't, go and check it out.
Yeah, if you have an iPhone or an Apple product, iPad, that sort of thing.
It makes it easier. You can just, all your videos that you've purchased are available right there at just a click.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so...
So go to Apple Store, the App Store in Apple, and you can search either creatureartteacher.com or Aaron Blaze, and you'll find the app. And try it out. It's really cool.
Have you ever been to Arizona? Sonoran
Yes.
Desert has some awesome animals.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yes.
I myself haven't been to Arizona. I've been to the border of Arizona.
They weren't asking you.
Well,
I'm getting my input.
I'm kidding.
but I personally would love to go. But
Shutting up, sir.
I hope you don't mind me asking. Great work, by the way. How does one start to monetize their skills, for example? What are the main types of people who pay for artwork? Is it just film studios?
No, I mean, there's all kinds of ways of monetizing, whether it's you can be a fine artist and sell to collectors, or in my case, I've chosen to go the education route because I've got a fair amount of experience, I think, in the industry, and I wanted to share my knowledge. There's definitely the film route. So there's a lot of different ways of doing it.
is there a special name for the app? Is it just Creature Art Teacher?
Creature Art Teacher, yeah.
On Apple. Someone's asking, I don't know if you know the answer, Aaron, is the app just for streaming, or does it work offline? Like, can you download the files?
Yes,
to
you
it?
can download the files and watch offline as well.
Awesome. Oh, someone just downloaded the app.
Nice.
PK Maniac.
What's your favorite dessert animal?
Dessert animal?
You know, desert animal.
Oh, desert.
I just want to see your reaction.
Dessert
Animal. What?
Gila monsters are cool.
Scorpions.
Okay.
Erica Bay says I have the app for my iPad. Nice.
Nice.
Your reaction, dessert animal.
Any upcoming
Good.
workshops in Washington State?
Nope.
Thanks for keeping art alive.
But we are going to be in Washington State in April.
Well, your brother's turning
My
50.
little brother, who looks like he's 16, is turning 50.
Oh, Travie.
He's so adorable.
And he's starting to do the live streams, so check him out too.
Yeah,
right? It's
Travis Blaze.
Sketch to animate.
Yep.
I think that's the page.
Yep. Sketch to animate. And he did an awesome live stream yesterday. I'm just kind of going quickly now.
Just trying to hurry it up.
How long have we been going?
It's almost 3.
It's only 2 hours?
So, and it's funny because you were just talking about this last night. Are you going to grow a ponytail again?
Oh, yeah. What was I saying last night?
You're like, should I grow my hair out?
Yeah.
Should I try to donate it? And then
Oh,
you're
yeah,
like,
'cause
no one wants gray hair.
Oh, that's right. That's what
And
we're
I'm like, you've already donated so much, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it short.
I like it. Well, I definitely, from a management standpoint,
Off
I
your
definitely
neck
like
and
it. It feels a lot better.
I mean, it looked good. I
But I
really
used
like
to.
it short.
Excuse me. I used to donate all my hair. I grew it out for 25 years, and I would cut. But during that 25 years, I would cut it every 3 or 4 years. So over that 25 years, I donated like 8 feet of hair.
Oh, Nick just popped on.
Nick.
He said you can also search Aaron Blaze to find the app. Just Aaron Blaze, it'll pop up.
Oh.
Which is
Hey,
awesome.
Nick Birch.
Do the thing.
Nick, do the thing. Yeah.
What program are you using?
Photoshop.
On a Wacom Cintiq.
On a Wacom Cintiq.
What size is that? That's the
It's
biggest
a
one.
It's the biggest one. Yep, 32.
32.
I got a similar question.
Go big
What
or
app
go
are you
home.
using?
That's exactly the same question, I would say.
Oh, we
Giggle,
have
giggle.
Amber AKR says she just subscribed to the newsletter and looking forward to what's on the site. Thanks, guys.
Right on.
And she loves all three of us.
Oh,
That's sweet.
Oh. Is Steven real? I thought it was a joke.
is what?
Is Steven real? I thought it was a joke.
Well, Steven's real.
You know, if you
I
search
thought it was a joke.
if you search Aaron Blaze's timeline, you might find one or two just buried. I think there's one or two of him.
What?
One or two pictures of Steven.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can maybe find a picture of him. It's just like way.
Oh
back.
yeah, well there's that group photo that we did on the top of the mountain in California.
Yeah.
Remember we added him to the photo in Orlando.
Yes, from last year that the
We put him in like 4
There-
spots. Because
Yeah.
he was the only one not in it.
but not only that, but we put them up like on the projector screen as well.
Hey, Jim Gleason says I only love 2 of you guys, and I won't say which. Meanie pants. That's mean. I'm leaving.
What the hell?
Nick Bird says I'm watching from the Animal Kingdom Safari line while drinking a beer, and Rivers is asleep.
Lucky.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Well, we are doing for Nick, who just tuned in, it was request day, and it was request for a snow dragon. A white snow dragon.
A great white snow dragon.
Alison Masson says, hello Aaron, I'm a student of animation and I'm so stressed I can no longer draw because it gives me a panic attack. I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice?
Get over yourself. Just draw. Come on,
Just
nobody gets
do
that
it.
stressed.
My thing is what are you worried about? Wasting paper?
Yeah.
Or people not thinking you're good? Just keep drawing. You're only going to get better if
Yeah.
you just push through it.
Just draw.
Just keep doing what you want to do, and you'll get better at it.
Have you tried other ways of creating things, or is drawing, painting your favorite?
Drawing, painting is my favorite. I love music. If I wasn't an artist, I'd be a musician. So I play guitar and music, and I'm not great at it, but I like it. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Tanker Thomas says, are you and the Bancroft brothers going to ever do a podcast together again?
I was their second podcast.
Ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are both actually in the animated, isn't it, the new animated documentary that the girl's working on?
Well, no, I'm in the one with the girl. They're doing their own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite instrument? I think it's a guitar, right?
Yeah, I love guitar.
You like a steel guitar, too.
I do.
Or a resonator.
Resonator guitar. Yeah, I love them. This is kind of fun. I'm digging this guy.
Did you ever consider zoology, Aaron? Because
I did.
It seems you love animals so much.
I did, actually.
An ornithologist?
Uh,
Just kidding.
I did think about that. I wanted to be an
That's like
ornithologist.
a bird expert, right?
Yeah.
A bird scientist.
Yeah, I wanted to be an ornithologist at one time. And I loved Roger Tory Peterson, was my favorite ornithologist. And I wanted to go into forestry at one time.
Someone says they bet you can sing a good old country song.
I could. Baby.
Oh, baby. Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Yeah, using my airbrush, which I usually don't use, but I'm using it now. I'm kind of digging it.
Smokey says only you can prevent yourself from drawing.
That's right.
That's right. Alright, alright, alright.
You're like school in the summertime. No class.
no class.
Be cool to see some smoke tendrils drifting from his nostrils or something.
How's it feel to want?
Feels great.
Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm getting ready to do all the little details now. I've gotten everything kind of laid in. This is kind of a fun one. I dig this one. I'm not happy with his eye. I had that, kind of that milky, just a white eye, but I'm not sure if I like that or not. What do you think?
Oh, which eye?
His eye.
Oh, the only eye.
The only eye on
The only eye that's there.
Only what are you talking about?
What eye?
I'm trying to keep track of comments.
See?
What
See
do
what
you-
I have to go through?
Yeah, what are you trying to do with it?
What are you talking about?
Are you gonna
That.
leave it or are you gonna do
Change the
more?
color?
I'll take that. I'm going to
You
get
can
rid of
tell
that.
it's an eye.
No, I know you can. You can tell it's an eye. I just don't know if I like it. I wonder if let me try a different. Just quiet a minute. Let me try to figure it out.
Do it red.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Turn it off.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
I love it when you
For
do.
the love of God, turn it off.
Where is that
Similar-
from? I can't remember what the.
I think I based it off of Roger Rabbit, the wildlife, but instead of turn off, is get it off.
Ah, bug. Ah, get it off, get it off. Get
Oh,
it
right.
off.
He's using like the bug killing spray.
That's right.
And I think he just went from that to
Turn it off, turn it off.
I'm gonna try something here.
Try something, alright, alright.
Someone suggests a yellow eye or a blue pupil.
yeah. Well, I thought we were doing the blue eye.
Yeah, he had it kind of a frosty.
I'm just
blue,
not liking it, so just hold your horses.
'cause it kind of
I
washes,
don't like it.
washes it out.
I want that one. I look awful.
Can you take a look at my animation whip later and maybe give me some tips, please?
No,
No.
knew that was
There's just
coming.
so many people.
I
that want
can't. Yeah, I would
tips.
love to. I'm not able to at the moment because I get that request literally from thousands of people, and I can't do it for everybody. I would love to, and we're trying to figure out a way that we will be able to do it in the future. And I promise you, we will.
It would be like if you were to take time to reply to everyone with their portfolios and everything. It would be like Bruce Almighty when he's replying to everyone's prayers through email.
Oh yeah.
It would be something like that. Yeah, that would be a good solution. We need Aaron clones.
Sorry, gotta step out. Do you want a drink? Cause I need something.
I'm good. Thank you. I could use another snack, please.
I'll take a Diet Coke.
Thank you. I'm so impressed on how fast you can draw, even when you draw and talk to us. Amazing.
No, you're amazing, person.
You're breathtaking. Somebody's recommended laser beam eyes.
No.
It's like sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. What we need is a Discord community, gentlemen. Yes, we've actually talked of that idea of possibly making a Discord community.
That's
But,
a Discord community.
well, Discord itself is is the group chat app that I keep talking about.
Oh, right.
That, yeah, Nick knows about it.
Nick, Birch.
Do the thing.
Nick did the thing. While you're working, what kind of music do you like to listen to?
Chill out.
Alright, I'll chill out. Jeez.
Is it possible to create well-animated, good animation film in program like Adobe Animate?
Say that again.
Can you animate a good film in Adobe Animate?
I doubt it. I don't know, but I doubt
Well,
it.
TV Paint is what you use, right?
Yeah. But I don't know.
Do you use the standard version of TV Paint?
Yes.
And supposedly,
No, I actually have the studio version, but it's not that different.
supposedly Procreate's program is pretty good, right?
The animation program?
Yeah.
It's for basic animation. You can't do a
Oh,
feature with
okay.
it. Yeah, no.
Not a feature, okay.
No. But it is cool for just doing your own little thing. What do you think of this eye? Is this any better?
Nick Burt says I'm not doing any things. I'm on vacation.
I do like that it's darker. It makes it more easier to see. It doesn't blend in as much.
I kind of like it.
All your videos.
Reminds me of like a great white shark.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, that looks good.
Vedanta?
All your live streams, they're available after you stream, right?
Uh-huh.
I had someone asking, a couple people asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be posted later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
We need some snow. Excuse me if I burp. I'm drinking a soda.
Have you tried clip art?
Clip art.
Clip art? No.
Clip art?
Have you
No,
tried?
it's a drawing program. I
Have you
believe.
tried wood burning?
I have. I love wood burning.
Your dad's really great at that.
Yeah, he is. That's where I got it from.
What programs do you use in animation movies?
In animation movies,
Yeah, animated features.
what is that?
program?
What program? Like what apps?
Oh, when we were making movies, the app was Paper.
Yeah. But nowadays it's likely TV Paint.
Yeah, a lot of studios are using TV Paint. A lot of studios, if they're doing anything hand drawn, it's TV Paint or Toon Boom. Toon Boom is a really big one out there.
And then I'm sure there's others for 3D movies, right?
Yeah.
Or CGI.
So now I'm just going to go in and clean things up. Why is that only at 40%? That's weird.
They want frosty air out of his nostrils.
Oh, that's coming.
Okay, cool.
Frost.
Say that again.
Frost.
That was good. I like that. See, I can't do it.
Frosty, the snowman.
Sound like Batman.
I'm Batman.
What are your thoughts on traditional 2D animation versus Toon Boom, motion pegs, bones, and tweening?
Tweening?
That's what they said.
Like in betweening, most likely.
I'm not sure. What's my opinion on what now?
2D versus I guess digital
Yeah.
2D.
You mean paper as opposed
Yeah,
to?
as opposed to like on your.
I think that's the
Cintiq.
question. To be honest with you, and people are going to be really surprised at me when they hear this, I've come to love animating digitally more than animating on paper, only because it's a much you can play it back instantly, and it's much easier to make changes because ultimately the end product is not. I mean, even though there's a lot of traditionalists out there that really love the feel of paper, ultimately the end product is what's most important, and I really love getting to that end product easily, and it makes it so much more easy to do. Now, do I miss having a scene to hold in my hand and flip back and forth and that sort of thing? Sure. I love that. And I love the look of it on paper. But for me nowadays, it's much easier to get to that end product digitally. That's why Snow Bear is going to be all digital. I'm going to animate it by hand, but it's going to be all digital.
Got a new, brand new, original, no one's asked this question yet.
No way.
What do you think of Klaus?
I thought he was gonna say what sketch brush are you using? What's your tablet?
Hold on. I loved it.
This is the best question ever.
Oh, come on. You're
do you
making
think
fun of
of
the person that asked the
No,
question.
I'm only.
You're
messing.
terrible, Dustin. You're a
If
horrible...
I'm a terrible person, I should be fired.
You're fired.
Okay.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Okay, you're hired.
Draw Dustin in the background, taking a picture of this magnificent creature. Somebody else follows with the 200-600 millimeter lens.
All right. I keep talking about it. I got to put snow in here. How did I get this little artifact over on the right-hand side? I don't even know what layer it's on. I got to go through all my layers and turn them off and on and see where that's at.
As an albino dragon, maybe he would have pink eyes?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Oh, there it is.
Pink with
but-
like a purple hint.
Well, I wouldn't say that this dragon is albino, though, because this
It could be,
this
though.
is a snow... This is specifically a snow dragon, isn't it? Like an ice
Oh
dragon?
yeah, but he's all white and
Yeah,
could really.
but
Let's
just
try
because
it.
it's white doesn't mean it's
Let's try it.
albino.
It would look cool, I think, though, pink or purple.
I'm going to try it.
I honestly like that dark blue.
I know you do. And how does it feel to like and then have
Someone
something
takes it
snatched
away.
away?
It just gets ripped
Oh,
away.
I hate it.
What's your favorite color?
Teal.
Green. Yours?
Green.
Green.
Always has been. Always will be.
Nice.
Noise.
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 Nice.
Noise.
Yeah, I like the or specifically like the olive green.
Oh, so tweening is when the software fills in the motion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You already talked about that. Sorry. What's about? I guess it's like you draw every frame by hand. You don't let the computer do
I
it
don't
for
use
you.
tweening, no.
Dustin, can you make a JJ impression? Who? What JJ? Like JJ
JJ?
Abrams?
No.
Janis Joplin?
No, JJ.
JJ.
Is it from Oh, what's the one? Good Times? Is that JJ?
Yeah, Dynamite!
Dynamite! That one? I don't know if that's what they mean. JJ. JJ Abrams. Who would know how to impersonate a writer? Isn't that a writer?
He's a director.
A director.
Oh, director. Her.
Yeah, he's the one that created all the jokes about lens flares because he loves using lens
Oh.
flares. I worked with him for 10 years. I'm used to him making fun of me. Lon Smart.
Hi, Lon. We were just talking about you last night. Believe it or not.
We were.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you got me to come in to speak for the Lion King thing, and we were talking about how bad I felt because I told everybody about the story about you contacting me and how I wasn't going to do anything for Disney unless I got paid. And I thought it was a Disney function. I didn't realize you were actually organizing it. So when you asked me to do this talk, I said, yeah, but I want to get paid.
Oh.
I felt so bad.
Well, if it's Disney's putting it on, they have the money. So.
And he was the one. He was the one that asked the what do you think of Klaus?
Oh, was it? I loved
Yeah,
it.
the one I was cracking the joke at.
Lon used to be your uncle's roommate in college.
Really, I did not know that. Or I might have known that, but I might have just forgotten. So, my bad.
It's not easy being green.
The JJ that wants pictures
JJ
of Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
From
The guy that owns the newspaper. That guy.
Oh,
That guy, I guess.
Daily Bugle, I guess.
Remember, he's a state. Is
You're
it
hired.
No, he does the Allstate or something. Right? We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. It's that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was like the If I see that kid again, I'm gonna punch him right in the wiener.
That's
From
right.
Juno.
That was from Juno.
Oh yeah, he's funny. He has a good voice. Have you covered the new Star Wars movie? Yes, we talked about that.
Oh my god.
Not my tempo.
We all liked it, except Dustin didn't see it.
No, I'm not. Jonah Jameson. Jameson? James? Yeah, that.
Jar Jar Binks.
Jameson, Jar Jar Binks.
Everyone doesn't like it.
Parker!
And I was like watching the 1, 2, and 3. Remember, we were watching him and I was like, why don't people like him? And then halfway through, I'm like, oh.
That's
Because
why.
he's so annoying. So, Nick Bird says the Lion King event was for the Festival of the Arts at Epcot, which happens again next week.
Yes.
Wait, what?
The Festival of the Arts is at Epcot, and that's when Aaron was there for the 25th anniversary for Lion King, I think,
Yeah.
last year. So the Festival of the Arts is coming up again next week at Epcot.
Well, I'm all out of questions over here. I'm fired.
You're not fired. You're
I
hired.
might have to dip in and go get Gloria from school.
I'm gonna hire you just so I can fire you.
You're hired. And now from here on, you're fired.
There, how's that for a pink eye? That's not bad. I kind of like that.
It looks orange or red, right? But pink.
Well, it's got orange
Yeah, it's got- yeah, it looks
rims,
good.
but it's pink.
Yeah, I still
The
like
eye
it.
itself is pink. See? Look at that.
Yeah, I like it.
See how pink that is?
Yeah, it is. It is. Totally is. Wow, you
Way
went
zoomed in.
close. You went really close.
Really sticks out.
Oh, stop it.
I'm just saying.
I like it.
I like it.
How do you feel about COPA enforcement on YouTube? Has it affected your channel? What's COPA?
Not at all. It's the child protection thing. I'm glad they're doing it. to be
Right.
honest- to
We
be
don't
honest.
do any. You don't do anything that's
No, but
inappropriate.
no, we don't.
Oh, you had the remember the hippo dance funk? It's like a commercial. Didn't that get flagged at one point because the hippo doesn't have clothes on, but it's
Oh.
it's a cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember.
It's a cartoon.
What has been the biggest challenge of your career so far?
You know, the challenges differ from different parts of my career, different times. My career is obviously completely different than what it was 30 years ago. And so, you know, changing with the time has been a challenge. Starting my own business, that was probably the biggest challenge. You know, starting a business that I could make a living at. That was probably one of the scariest things. Directing a movie when I really didn't know what I was doing, that was a challenge. There's been all kinds of different challenges throughout my career. Sorry, I was burping.
Nice. What is your current favorite animated film and why?
A favorite one is Klaus, because I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's absolutely stunning.
Stunning. Oh my.
Have you ever had a time in your career when people refused to share their knowledge with you? Like people that just don't want it, they're greedy with their information.
Yeah, but those people tend to go away.
Have you ever been to Turkey, or do you intend to ever visit?
I would love to go to Turkey at some point. I'd like to go to Istanbul, Constantinople.
How long did it take you to find Snow Bear's design?
A couple of weeks. But I knew what I wanted, so that helped.
Thanks for recommending Save the Cat book. It's so good.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah, it's really good.
What were your insights after reading it?
It really, the biggest thing that it gave me when I was making Brother Bear, it really gave me a template when I was running into issues and I couldn't get things to work from a story standpoint. It gave me a template to kind of run against to see where some of the problems might be. And that's where it came in really handy. So now, let's do this. I'm going to take this background. I'm going to take this.
How many pixels are in your drawing?
7.
At least.
I have no idea. It's, I'll tell you right now. It is 6,000 pixels wide by 3,375 pixels high. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
So this person purchased the human anatomy course. They love it, but they said there wasn't really anything on the armpit area or how the arm attaches. Is that?
No, I talked about the deltoids and.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to go back and look at that. If that's an issue now, I'll definitely I'll get in there and address that.
They said maybe just like give them a quick little thing now, but
Not right now.
yeah.
What's your best advice to nail shadows and how to improve shadows in your drawing?
Look at real world lighting. That's the best thing I can tell you to do. Look at real world lighting.
Do you have any plans to collaborate with Proco on foreseeable future, or James Gurney maybe?
I'd love to collaborate with James Gurney. I've collaborated with Proco before.
But do you plan on doing any more in the future?
And someone said it's not Constantinople, it's Istanbul.
Istanbul.
It's since 1453. So if you've got a date in Constantinople, she'll be waiting in Istanbul.
Right. Right.
In old New York was once New Amsterdam. Sorry. You got me singing They Might Be Giants.
Exactly.
Or,
Any future plans with Proco?
Not currently. Although we'll probably do something because we kind of like each other.
Kinda.
Yeah.
because they're doing their Draftsman podcast, right?
Yeah.
The Draftsman.
Vedanta, when did you first watch Brother Bear for the first time?
Like 2 months ago. Sorry.
I had to get her drunk to watch
I
it.
remember seeing Peace, but then I cried like twice. And I've heard the story so many times, like, and then you've told me about Shadow Bear, the other version of it and stuff,
Yeah.
and at that point I was already in, I think, my early 20s when that came out, and I was just so busy I didn't watch any movies for years and years. All the ones that came out in the 90s I saw in the theater though. Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, Pocahontas.
What is your favorite frame resolution and frame size? Your favorite?
This one right here that I'm working on. I like doing the 16:9 ratio at 20 inches by 11 1/4 inches and 300 DPI.
What's the longest you have taken on just one image, whether if it's painting watercolor or charcoal or any medium? Like, what was the longest one that you worked on?
I don't understand the question.
What was the... What artwork took you the longest to complete?
Oh, gotcha.
Whether if it's charcoal or oil or like just in
It
general.
was in oil paintings. Usually take me a while, and
You ever the one that took you? The
yeah,
longest?
usually like a couple of months is probably the longest I've ever taken on an oil painting.
Do you remember the specific one?
No. Oh, the elephant painting that I did that I sold, that one took quite a while.
I missed that one.
I feel like this is a funny question, but David Post asks, have you seen the Coke TV ad that rips off Snow Bear? They've had that polar bear commercial for like 15 years,
Yeah,
right?
no one ripped us off.
Like 20 years ago that thing came out. They're just still using it. Remember it was crunch, crunch. It's just him walking through the snow.
Yeah.
Can you use the camera tool in the standard version of TV Paint?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. There we
Do you have a process to spark your creativity? Have you ever been stuck? And if so, how do you get unstuck?
I just make myself draw. I force myself to start drawing, and that gets me helps get me unstuckified.
And how many layers do you have on this one?
Too many. I don't know.
Is there
Right now, I'm working on one
Is
layer.
there a maximum layer?
No.
Oh, you can add as many as you want.
Yeah,
Doesn't it just take up more space or no?
it does, and it adds an incredible amount of memory. It lags it,
It absorbs. Yeah, it takes
Yeah.
up a lot of memory.
I'm creating this, by the way, with my debris brushes. I have a snow and debris brush that I sell on my website. Using the motion blur. There we go. There's our snow coming down. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Maybe a little bit more over here. And a little brighter.
Which is your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie?
Like animated? Because there's
I think it's
tons
just
of
any-
movies.
I think it's any.
Any Disney. Well, now
Old Yeller was one of my favorite.
technically all the Star Wars are
It's a Star War.
affiliated with Disney.
Star Wars.
Let's get rid of that. Just adding a little bit of debris now.
Adding in the
Oops,
debris.
that's not what I want.
Oh, Nick says actually V. He's correcting me, which that's fine, Nick.
Uh-oh.
Said they're discussing the new ad where Snow Bear he's making a Snow Bear in the ad, in the Coke ad. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, really?
I guess he's making a Snow Bear.
God, those bastards.
That is
Well,
stealing.
crap.
It's just a commercial, guys.
No, it's just a
It's
commercial.
okay.
I've been making this for a while.
It's just a stupid
There's a-
commercial.
See, Nick's still working. He can't help it. You workaholic. Get
Go
off here.
vacation, Nick. Spend some time with your family.
He's probably like, take me with you.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People. What's that all about, Nick?
Darby O'Gill.
I love that movie.
Oh, me
You
too.
ever seen that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's his favorite, probably. That's a classic. No one knows that one.
Yeah, that was really...
They keep tricking him, right?
That was a great one.
Or is he tricking them? Forget.
I can't remember.
What was the first Disney movie you ever saw?
I think it was... I remember seeing Robin Hood in the theater.
The
The animated Robin Hood in
Right.
the theater.
Did you see the Han Solo movie? And if so, did you like it?
I thought it was okay. I did
I
see
liked
it.
it.
So here I'm trying to push his body back into the background.
I like that it shows how he and Chewie met.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done.
Just abruptly. Yep, done.
Well, that's awesome. Turned out great.
Thanks, babe.
Another request day. Aw, babe.
That is awesome.
Aw, babe.
Babe.
Oh.
Babe.
Babe. No, babe.
I will
Babe.
do. I will do.
That'll do, pig.
I will do donkey. Or pig, yeah.
That'll do. That'll do, babe. That'll do.
My first movie in theater was Frozen. Oh, wow, you're young. Whoever that is.
Oh,
Like,
you youngling.
Yeah, they are young. That's
Like,
nice.
that is
I'm
a-
glad we have young audience members
Absolutely.
here.
What's the dragon's name?
What do you want it to be? Snowball.
Al.
Al.
Frosty.
His name
Call
is
me
Kyle.
Al. Kyle. Really?
Frosty the snow
I don't know
dragon.
that I like the name Kyle. Sorry for anyone named Kyle. It's okay. It's your dragon.
I don't know. What do you want to call him? It's Friday.
Oh yeah.
Friday.
Just call him Gone.
Artisia,
Gone.
similar to
Dragon.
like Arctic.
Oh,
Drag.
yeah.
Artisia.
Artisia. I like it. It's a snow dragon.
Snow
Don't be a
dragon
drag.
Artisia.
Don't be a drag. On.
Don't be a drag.
I like Al. You know, just call me Al.
All right. Well, we're done.
Albino.
I hope you guys have a great week. And remember, go over to creatureartteacher.com/help.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm talking here. Go over to creatureartteacher.com/help and join us on Monday for a very special live stream where we are raising money for our friends in Australia to help them out. And the money, 100% of everything that we raise is going to go towards our friends in Australia. It's going to the Australian Red Cross and Wires, which is a wildlife fund. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. That was a fun stream. Actually, we should do this more often.
Definitely.
Yeah, we get old Vedanta in here more often.
Aw,
Yeah.
You
that's
guys,
so,
you guys play
so
play
sweet.
good off each other.
You guys are so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Stop punching my face.
So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it today, and hopefully I'll see you on Monday. Remember, you can't watch it unless you donate. It's a minimum of $5. It's only $5. Come on, what's $5? That's
You
a
can always
McDonald's
donate more,
Happy
too.
Meal. Yeah, and you can always
more.
donate more.
You
So,
want.
and it goes to a great cause. You're going to be helping people. You're going to be putting some beauty back in the world, okay? So, I will see you on Monday. If not, I'll see you next Friday. And like I always say, go out there, put some beauty back into the world, put your shopping cart away, do something nice, put a smile on someone's face. And I will talk to you Monday or next week, Friday. See ya.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you want to see some cool wildlife photography, you can check my Instagram out at Dustin_Blaze. And so be sure to check all that stuff out. And in the meantime, we'll see you guys Monday and or Friday.
And Vedanta?
Keep it fresh. I don't
Keep
know
it
what to
fresh.
say.
There you go. That's a
I
good
don't know
one.
what to say.
Keep
I'm
it
like,
fresh.
I gotta have a tagline, right?
Keep it fresh, pony boy.
Keep it fresh, cheese bags.
There you
It's
You
an
stole
inside
that.
joke.
You stole that from Tony
It's a
Cipriano.
Tony Cipriano joke. Okay, but
And as always, Cowboy Bebop. I'll see you guys later. Later.